Hello there.
I do not give a fuck what anyone says. Pod racing is badass.
It's like fucking F-Zero and Burnout.
Was Jar Jar Binks that bad?
Welcome back to this episode of Trash Taste. I'm Connor, wearing a brand new shirt with Joey and Gom.
Hello there.
Saw, dude.
Hello there.
Stop saying hello there.
Hello there.
Oh, Joey, since Joey said that, I'm like, fuck. What do you mean? I love that sound.
I didn't perpetuate it.
One thing I've always wondered is like, why were prequel memes just, how did they just become a thing? Because, you know, with SpongeBob...
Because they're just good movies, eh?
You know, are they though? Because that's, everyone fucking hated them.
Prequel memes are very good.
Yeah. And they've been something that have just like stayed throughout, you know,
I think the
throughout
prequels
time.
are better than the modern Star Wars.
I haven't seen any of the modern ones.
I've only seen one, and I didn't like it.
7?
Well, did you watch?
Yeah.
Did you watch the prequels like when they came out? I don't know if you are
Yeah,
old
I
enough.
did. I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking, yeah, how old do you think I am?
I don't
Don?
fucking know, man.
12.
Okay, I was fair. No, I was very young. So
Yeah.
When
Because-
did episode 1 come out?
I don't know. What year did episode
Kai,
one come out?
what year did episode 1 of Star
I
Wars come
remember
out?
distinctly being like 10.
Yeah.
And my cousin dragged me. Not dragged me. I wanted to go.
Yeah.
Went to the theater to watch Return of the Sith. Is that the name?
Return of the
Revenge of the Sith?
Yeah.
I think you just mixed up about like 3 movies.
You mixed up Return of the Jedi with Revenge of the
Revenge
Sith.
Revenge
of
of
the
the
Sith.
Sith, which is
The third one.
6, right?
No.
What's 6?
That's Return of the Jedi.
That's Return of the Jedi. Okay, wait. Okay, I'm about to test my Star Wars.
I don't care. About
Star Wars
Star
fans
Wars.
molding.
Episode 1, Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Episode 2, Clone
Wars.
Wars. Episode
Oh
3.
fuck! When I was saying 6, I meant I'm not old enough for 6. I meant 3.
You mean 3, right?
Yeah,
Episode
3.
3, which is
Which-
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah. Revenge
Yeah,
of the Sith.
That's the one I was talking about.
Yeah, okay.
The one with the modern one.
Wait,
Yeah, yeah.
what year
Not
did
the
what? 2000?
modern-
The first one come out?
Not the modern one. The prequel modern one.
Okay, so episode 1 came out in 1999.
I remember
Yeah.
watching that when I was like 4 or 5
Yeah.
on like DVD or VHS
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
And then I went to the theater to watch Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Revenge of the
Yes.
Revenge of
Episode
the
3.
Sith.
Just say episode 3.
Yeah.
Episode 3, and I remember that I didn't really know what the fuck was happening.
Yeah, because you missed Clone Wars, right?
Yeah.
I think I watched Clone Wars. I don't know when, but I remember just I was too young to follow the
Right.
storyline of Star Wars. I just
Yeah.
like the shooty and the lightsabery, which is honestly, I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's all you
yeah.
need when you're
This
a
is the
kid.
pew pews, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I rewatched it when I was a little older, and I didn't care.
Yeah, like I remember the first Star Wars I actually watched in theaters was the Clone Wars. I remember
Right.
watching as a teenager and just seeing like so many Jedi, seeing fucking Samuel L. Jackson as Mace Windu, fucking Yoda tearing shit up. I'm like, this is amazing. And then I talked to my older cousin about it, and it's like, this shit Star Wars film. I'm like, okay, I guess this shit. I'm too young to
No, yeah,
understand.
because I was the exact same way with episode 1. Yeah. Because I was just like, damn, this is fucking insane. The pod racing,
Okay.
fucking
Yeah, okay.
Darth Vader,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fight with him and, what's his name?
Darth Maul.
Darth
No,
Maul.
sorry, Darth
yeah.
Maul. Sorry, the
Yeah.
Darth Maul fight with fucking
Qui-Gon Jinn?
yeah, that's the guy.
You don't know.
I don't know, fucking
You don't know Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah,
Why do
the-
I fucking know that?
yeah, Liam Neeson.
Well, because I think that, like, say what you will, Darth Maul, great
Yeah.
fucking villain.
Oh yeah,
Like,
That
badass.
fucking scene where he gets the fucking double lightsaber out. As
Oh,
a
yeah,
kid, that
yeah.
was the coolest shit ever. I
no,
remember
for
this-
me it was just the music.
Okay,
man.
I remember this one cut that me and my cousin like recreated because we thought it was
Garnt was
super
the OG
cool.
Star Wars kid.
Yeah, I was okay because we saw the Darth Maul versus Obi-Wan and Mace Windu fight, right?
Shit was badass.
Yeah, that shit was badass.
You mean Qui-Gon Jinn?
Oh, sorry, no. No, he fought both of them, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Did he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Qui-Gon Jinn dies.
yeah,
Spoiler.
spoiler alert.
Listen, if you don't know Qui-Gon Jinn dies,
Yeah.
if you don't even know that name, then
No,
it
he doesn't
matter.
fight
Yeah.
Mace Windu, does he?
No, sorry,
Darth
not Mace
Maul
Windu.
doesn't.
Darth Maul versus Qui-Gon Jinn and
and
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan, yeah.
Yeah, and then-
What? I make it sound like a fucking anime fight, yo. Yo, top 10 characters that could beat Goku. But I remember there's this one shot where it's just Darth Maul versus Obi-Wan, and I think, oh shit, Obi-Wan's got the disadvantage because Darth Maul's got a double-ended lightsaber. How
Yeah.
can he compete? And there's this one really cool shot where Obi-Wan blocks the lightsaber so Darth Maul tries to swing at him. He blocks it like that, and then he puts it behind him and blocks him
Oh,
when he
yes.
tries to like stab his back. And I'm like, that is one of the coolest shots ever. And me and my cousin would just recreate the whole fucking Darth Maul fight in our bedroom. Like, oh, this is bringing back so many memories now.
Wait, when you say replicate, did you mean like, you don't mean like fucking professional grade like choreography, right? Like you just mean you just fucking whacked each other with
Oh no,
stick.
we whacked each other's with sticks. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. But
We whacked each other's sticks. I was like, oh my
we
God.
whacked each other's with sticks. But who didn't when they saw something cool when you were a fucking kid, you know?
No, I mean, you know, I'm sure like, me and my sister as well also replicated that fight, but it was just me going,
Wait, what?
and then my sister just going, because we were fucking 5 years
I
old.
was too busy replicating Planet of the Apes. Bear in mind, I've never seen Planet of the Apes, but I was replicating it.
And by replicate, I mean like the
Yeah.
most I could replicate was just as I'm doing this with the double-ended stick.
Yeah.
It was just me going.
Everyone did it.
Yeah.
I think as a kid, it was just cool.
It's
Yeah,
cool as
it's
fuck.
fucking cool.
That's
Like,
hell
do you
yeah.
think because everyone's shitting on the new trilogy now? Do you reckon there's going to be a time where the new trilogy memes just kind of surface? Because everyone shitted on the prequels, and
Yeah.
I, as a kid, I thought they were.
Did everyone shit on them while they were coming
OG
out?
Star Wars fans. Did.
If it felt like it was just common census to be like, yeah, the prequels they suck.
Yeah.
They ruined Darth Vader's
episode
characters.
4 to 6
Yeah.
fans said that 1 to 3 was shit.
Yeah. Like I that was the consensus when I was like growing up, where I was like, I kind of like the prequels, but
Yeah.
everyone around me is saying they're shit. And so I was like young. I was like, I guess I just have bad taste. I guess it's shit. I guess it's shit.
I don't know, man. I still thought pod racing was one of the coolest things ever.
Yeah, that's true.
Watching, because I watched the original, not the original three, the second
Episode
wave, second drop, I don't know.
Like 1 to 3.
1 to 3. I
Yeah.
watched 1 to 3 first.
Right.
And I almost feel like it made it more interesting, because I had no idea that Luke was going to turn, not Luke, was it Luke? Yeah, Luke.
Anakin.
Anakin.
I had no idea that Anakin was going to turn to a bad guy.
Holy
Yeah.
shit! So you actually were just like, oh my god,
So I
he's
was like-
the baddie.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god. I'm like, that's fucking sick. They made like the main guy into the bad guy.
No, I feel you because I was the exact same way.
Like no other
'Cause I
TV
wasn't-
shows or movies were doing that
Yeah.
when I was a kid. So it
Right.
was like, whoa.
No, I was even more primitive in my understanding of Star Wars because like, yeah, the first one I ever watched was 1.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, they have like up to 3. So I'm like, I'll watch 3.
Yeah.
And then at the end of 3, I was like, oh, there's a 4th one? Oh shit, that must be new. And then I looked at it, I'm like, why does it look so
Yeah.
What? I'm like,
did
what
that.
happened to Yoda?
I did that. I did that too. I did that.
Like, what happened to Yoda? Why is he just a puppet now? Did they run out of a budget?
Why are all the Jedi just like fucking? They're not like dancing around anymore.
Yeah, like
They're
what
just
happened? They're not like
standing still.
jumping around. They're just
Yeah.
standing still. I'm like, what happened? Man, the quality really went down after episode 3.
Yo, do you think the watch order should start with episode 1? Do you think?
Yes,
do you
that's
think
why it's 1. That's why we call it 1.
why did George Lucas decide to start with 4?
I don't know. I mean,
Because when the movie came out, it was called Star Wars Episode 4.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he
was
must
it
have
actually?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when it first ever came out, it didn't become Episode 4 after 1 and 3 came out. It
That's-
started off
Did it
as
actually?
Episode 4. Yeah,
That
I'm
seems
fairly
like a
certain.
recipe for disaster now.
Yeah.
Damn,
If you
he
did
must
that
have had
now-
some big fucking balls to be like, guys, this is episode 4 in the second trilogy. I
And then
have
all
in
the
my
producers
mind.
are like, George,
Yeah.
have you figured out what 1 to 3 is? And he's like, no.
I'll be honest. I don't know enough about George Lucas and all of Star Wars production to know what the fuck happened.
No,
Yeah.
I'm sure there are a bunch of people in the comments who know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, one story I've always liked is like everyone who acted on the original Star Wars, they thought it was shit. Thought it was like shit.
They
Like-
thought it wasn't going to be good.
Yeah, exactly. Because they were like, because at the time it was so far beyond any kind of film convention. Because back then, Star Wars did so much revolutionize the sci-fi just genre in general. So I just can't imagine what the actors were like being like, okay, so we're just they're looking at this green screen. So and George Lucas is like, okay, just pretend that we're going into hyperspace. And it just must have felt like a bunch of fucking gibberish back then.
Could you imagine like fucking Harrison Ford just being like, so I have to act with this fucking guy in a furry costume the entire time? Are you fucking kidding? He doesn't talk?
I like it because Harrison Ford always just acts like he doesn't give a shit.
No.
And so I'm just like, oh, everyone's like, that's such a great character. Harrison Ford's just like, I just genuinely
That's just him.
I genuinely just didn't give a shit.
He did seem pretty happy in like Indiana Jones in that era, and then like modern Harrison Ford just does not want to be on camera.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
he's the epitome of like jaded old
I
man.
love because obviously spoilers for the new Star Wars because I haven't seen it, but I know this happens.
Hmm.
'Cause, I mean, listen, there's only one way you're getting Harrison Ford back, and that's
Yeah.
if you literally kill the man, which is what he begged them. I believe like there's interviews where he's like, yeah, I only would come back if they would kill my character.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because he wanted to be done with it.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
understandable.
Like, and I think he's too busy like flying planes or something. I think he crashed a plane. A Cessna or something.
He's
He doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't
No.
give a fuck. He's
No.
made his money. Like, do you think people are like that in the MCU as well, where it's just like, please kill me off?
Chris Hemsworth's
Chris
like,
Hemsworth
just
is
kill
like,
me.
I've been here
Just
since the
kill me.
fucking beginning. Okay.
Okay, yeah, probably. I think Robert Downey Jr. was probably like,
No,
I'm
yeah,
not-
yeah.
But also, you know how everyone's like, bro, this guy didn't take a picture with me at a convention. This YouTuber's an asshole. Bro, have
Yeah.
you heard the stories about Harrison Ford with fans?
No.
He's fucking mean. Like, I swear there's so many fucking stories. I gotta look them up. There's so many fucking
He just
funny.
seems like an asshole. I don't, there's actors that you can envision being at a fan meeting and
Yeah.
like having a really positive experience.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, Tom Hiddleston or something,
Yeah.
right? And then there are people that you just like, I could never imagine you being at a con setting.
But the thing is, even if you have a negative experience with Harrison Ford, in
Yeah.
my mind, that's still a positive experience.
because you got to meet Harrison
No,
Ford.
because I'm like, yo, Harrison Ford told me to fuck off. So in character, man. That's exactly what I expect from Harrison Ford.
Online, it's just like, oh, he sees his fans as customers, but not in like an insulting way. It's just like how he views it. Which
Yeah.
honestly, I can, in some senses, I'm like, I respect you to just be like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
You're all customers. Fuck off.
He's not beating around the bush, right?
Yeah.
But I think he hates Star Wars fans. Like, I think he like legitimately doesn't like Star Wars.
I probably would hate Star Wars fans too if I was Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Honestly, and in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I can definitely
Understandable.
see why. Yeah.
Understandable.
Yo, especially like OG Star Wars fans,
Yeah.
the OG days where Star Wars just became a popular fucking mega hit. Imagine going to conventions and actually just meeting comic book guy, except it's not like a parody of style. It's actually just comic book guy,
Well, he's done like so many films in like how many goddamn years, and
Yeah.
for the past 40 years, he's fucking
Han Solo.
He's Han Solo. That's and that must drive. I would drive anyone crazy. I think.
Yeah.
That'd
Well,
drive me
it's Han
crazy.
Solo and Indiana Jones, right?
Yeah.
It's-
But
and
apparently,
then people forget that he was in, I don't know, like fucking.
But one of the articles is like,
Apocalypse
why
Now.
does Harrison Ford hate Star Wars fans and not Indiana Jones fans?
Well, because Indiana Jones fans aren't as rabid.
I mean, they're normies.
right? I mean,
yeah.
Star Wars fans are also there's different level of Star Wars fans. There's
Yeah.
the
True.
casual Star Wars fans.
I was always a casual. I just like the Lego games and
Yeah.
that was it.
There's lots of interesting things about Star Wars, definitely.
Well, it's
but,
weird
like,
now. It's weird now
yeah.
because it feels like Star Wars. It used to be just Star Wars was just the mainline film trilogy. And that was it. That was like the only way to really enjoy Star Wars. But now there's so much Star Wars media out there that I don't even know
Well,
where to start
because
anymore.
Disney paid a lot of money and they want their
No,
money
exactly,
back. They want
exactly.
their fucking money back. And
Yeah.
they're going to milk every goddamn facet of Star Wars.
Yeah.
This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
I think we're in like phase one of their like
Phase one.
20 phase
I'm
Star
waiting-
Wars milking project.
I'm
Yeah.
waiting for a Chewbacca backstory movie. It's
Bro, we're gonna-
if we
no, no,
haven't
no.
had one already.
All right, I'm telling you, here's what's going to happen. Clip this in 5 years when it becomes relevant.
Yeah.
It's going to be an animation movie of Chewbacca where it's like all cutesy and Chewbacca doesn't really talk and it's going to be like a
Yeah.
silent movie and they're going to merchandise the fuck out of it. There's going to be baby Chewbacca.
Baby Chewbacca.
Baby Chewbacca.
It's going to be like a silent animation movie.
Well,
and they're
Baby
gonna make
Yoda
him-
was already a thing.
Yeah,
and they're
sure.
going to make him like super marketable because they learned from Baby Yoda and they're like,
Yeah.
if we just make it like a kind of minion vibe,
Yeah.
they're going to turn Chewbacca into minions. And I'm telling you, there's nothing you can do about it. And it's going to happen.
Oh my god, it's like
They are. This is going to happen. I'm telling you.
It's like Minions and Furbies had a baby.
And when it happens, come back to this Trash Taste episode and be like, wow, this aged amazingly. Or poorly, depending on what they made.
Poorly, yeah.
Good old Disney.
There's no way they're doing something with Chewbacca's, right? As a Chewbacca movie and
Yeah.
not
Right.
making it animated.
Yeah.
Think about it. The suits look too ugly. Not marketable enough for kids.
That's true.
Well, it's like look what they did with like the recent Disney remakes where they're remaking old classics in like live action.
yeah, like Beauty and the Beast and stuff.
Yeah.
Hate that shit.
I know, right? Like, have you guys? Has anyone seen like The Lion King or anything
Yeah,
like
I
that
did.
at all?
What? I forgot about that.
I saw it in cinemas.
I blocked that from my memory.
I saw it in cinemas because I was just, fucking love Lion King. So I was just like, I am just morbidly curious if this is
Yeah.
even going to be remotely good.
Why?
It
Why
was
did they
the
make
most
that?
like, if I could just I've never met a movie, I've never seen a movie and just immediately thought Uncanny Valley.
Like,
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
I'm like,
There's
I'm not
no-
a fan of lions smiling.
It would be a better
Because they made the lions look realistic. You
Yeah.
know? It's like that. You know, before.
But they also kind of gave them human emotional faces as
Yeah.
well. So it's like there's just like lions grinning and
weird.
like
Yeah.
scolding and shit. I'm just like, lions don't do that.
Well, it's kind of like, you know, when before Paramount fixed the Sonic movie. Do you
Yeah.
remember like the first Sonic
Yeah,
trailer
of
where he
course,
had like
of
fucking
course.
teeth and it just looked like a fucking Lovecraftian nightmare creature or some shit like that. You know,
It's like Cthulhu.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I watched like a few clips of Aladdin and I'm just like, damn. Obviously now it's cool to hate on Will Smith and everything, but damn, he just like you can't replace Robin Williams as the genie. Like
Yeah.
Will Smith was the charismatic guy.
Although
back
to be
then.
fair, the only redeemable factor about that movie is Will Smith.
Let's not forget Mulan.
Oh, I didn't even bother watching that one.
Oh yeah,
I
that's,
did. Did you watch it?
No, it was, but like, I mean,
It got absolutely
listen,
shit.
it
on.
was
Yeah.
like it was bound to fail before it even came
Oh,
out.
of course.
There's
Yeah.
a shit ton of controversies. That
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just like every single live action they've touched is like either boring or just actually shit.
Yeah.
Like
Beauty and the Beast was probably the one where I'm just like, okay, I can see this kind of working. And I watched it, I'm like, okay, it wasn't fucking horrible, but I would much rather just watch the
I
original.
watched 30 minutes of it on a plane and I was like, I can't keep watching this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just, a lot of the Disney movies is like, all right, okay.
I think
Just
I
beat
think
me up and take my money.
yeah,
already.
I think
Just
with Beauty and the
fucking
Beast,
mug
they
me.
just like they kind of just like use
just
the
fucking
just mug me.
just
don't.
just rob me.
I'm fucking tired of Disney like setting out an intricate trap to make everyone go and spend their money. Just rob me. Just fucking take my money. I don't care anymore. All these movies suck.
I know.
They suck.
They do.
And they own everything.
no,
Didn't they also do a live action Jungle Book as well?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
is that
Again,
released?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that.
no, I didn't watch that either.
No, I mean, didn't hear a lot about it.
Yeah, what
They're
I
forgettable. They make their money and they die.
Yeah, that's true. What I never understand, right, is that there's this mentality where, you know, you have an animated film like Jungle Book, like Lion King, but it doesn't become legitimized, I guess, until you
Yeah,
make it
yeah,
in live
yeah,
action.
yeah,
And it's not just you know, Disney cartoons as well. We can say the same thing about
Anime's going down
where
the
it's
same
just like,
route.
okay, an anime's made it when it's got a live action adaptation.
But like the Jungle Book and the Lion King was so much animation. Well, I'd argue it's more of an animation than a live
Exactly.
action. you just animated
Yeah.
it in a realistic
It's just
style.
CGI. Yeah, with
Like,
Lion King, it's like 100% CGI.
It's CGI. Like I'm not watching an IRL thing. This is just a shit reskin.
Yeah.
This is like the Uncanny Valley reskin.
Yeah,
it's like,
it
this
is,
just
it is.
shit.
Yeah.
Just make something new for fuck's sake.
It's like Lion King was made by AI.
And it's just like one thing I never understood was like, why is there not more of the opposite sense, remaking popular live action films in animation? Because I feel like
The only one that's really notable is Spider-Man.
Well, it's because Hollywood
They had
doesn't
Into
take
the Spider-Verse.
yeah.
Yeah,
but,
I mean-
but I feel Hollywood doesn't take animation seriously unless it's Marvel and DC or Pixar.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean
Everything
I mean,
else is just like it's not a real movie.
I mean, I don't really count Spider-Man because Spider-Man is a comic to begin with, and you know,
That's
there's
right.
had plenty of like cartoons.
So you're saying something that has never had any kind of animated like iteration of it?
Yeah, I
And
mean,
turned it into an
okay, look,
animation.
I see things like, you know, one of the only Star Wars media I like is Star Wars Visions, right?
What
Because
Star Wars Clone Wars. That was actually kind of
Star Wars Clone was
That's
fucking
kinda
hype.
nice.
That was
Star Wars
hype.
actually
You know, the
pretty hype.
Animatrix. Does anyone remember the Animatrix?
Yeah.
That was fucking
Animatrix
hype
was
as
sick.
shit, man. And that's because there's like, when you, in my opinion, when you take something that's animated and translate that into live action, you are actually restricting a lot of the expression that you can get away with, right? Because you're taking something that's in a lot of the times is taking place in like a very fantastical world where it's not limited by, you know,
Reality.
by the chains of reality, I guess, right? But when you take something live action and put it in animation, you have so many more ideas for just so many more opportunities for just wacky ideas and just wacky visuals and all that kind of stuff, right?
Well, that's why like a lot of even the modern Pixar films are just like still, you know, creatively like, you know, sufficient because it's like,
Yeah.
as you were saying, it's like you can't have something like fucking Moana in live action. Just because like a lot of those scenes are just like not going to work, or they're going to look really fucking tacky.
I've had to stop my brain the whole time. Like I've seen a lot of live action. Oh, it's porn. It's just all porn.
It's all point. Yeah.
Shit. I've seen a lot of these things in live. Oh.
Yeah. You've seen the dojins. The live action
Hentai
dojins.
translates well to live action.
It does.
And
It
so
does.
some of them do. Some of
Some
them
of them
some
do.
of them
What
do.
can I say?
Some of them do. Yeah.
Did you see like the Halo anime or like the Mass Effect
I
anime?
heard it was so bad, the Halo TV show.
Yeah, I heard they
I haven't
butchered watching
the
it as
anime.
well.
Is there an anime for Halo?
Yeah, there's like
What?
there's Halo Legends, which
Oh.
is kind of like the same kind of taking this franchise and making like an anthology series of just
Right.
different things about it.
Right.
I've not actually watched Halo Legends. I've heard
Is it any good?
I've heard mixed things about it.
Right.
But it's funny because I remember watching Star Wars Visions, and nothing made me more happy than watching Star Wars Visions and just seeing OG Star Wars OG Star Wars fans just fucking mold.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
reviews. If you go and read the IMDb reviews of Star Wars Visions, it is so fucking hilarious because everything they hate Star Wars Visions for is everything that I love Star Wars
Well,
Visions
that is
for.
like completely different.
Yeah, that is just completely different. They're like, this doesn't go along with the Star Wars universe. They're just using the Force like it's a fucking thing. Oh, the Force has rules. We have boundaries here.
Well, I think like the Star Wars Visions showed me that. Oh yeah, there's so many more other cool, interesting concepts that you
Yeah.
could do with Star Wars.
Yeah.
Than the current Star Wars universe.
Exactly.
Like the samurai one, that was fucking hype, dude.
Fucking that first episode with the samurai where she
Yeah.
comes out with this fucking lightsaber umbrella.
Yeah.
Like, that's just cool. That's cool shit, man.
You haven't watched it? Check it out.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's
Very
pretty
good.
interesting. If you want to see Star Wars like sick, then
Yeah.
Shit.
Star Wars Alpha.
Fuck you, Disney, for making
Yeah.
something good.
Yeah, that's the thing. I wouldn't say I'm a Star Wars fan, but there's plenty of Star Wars things that I like.
Yeah, but I do agree. Like, I do hate how underappreciated just animation has become in Hollywood. Unless,
Yeah.
again, it's not Disney or Pixar or.
Well,
you know,
Well,
or
no, what thing has Disney done
Well,
recently?
well, that's what I'm saying. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't even do animation
They do.
anymore.
Turning
Exact-
Red is the last one.
Yeah, Turning Reds.
Oh, is that the one with the red panda?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I haven't seen that one.
You know the main voice actress watches Trash Taste for that movie.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, she does. Shout out to you.
I love that movie.
Do you actually?
No, I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I found
I
that.
will now, though.
I found that out because she posted the plush of because we won one of them in the Crane Game videos.
Yeah.
And she posted. I'm forgetting the name. I should know your name. I apologize.
Yeah.
She posted that. She's like, oh my god, I want it. And then Maylene was like, that's the main voice actress for the character.
Oh,
And
cool.
Oh,
I was
damn.
like, oh, thanks for watching the video. She was like, oh, I watched Trash Taste too. And I was like, what the fuck? I can't remember. I don't know. Fuck
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
You. What was that?
You on
What were we
screen
saying
right
before?
now.
Turning Red. What were we saying before that? I forgot. I got sidetracked. Turning Red was the latest movie.
Turning Red, there was Encanto.
Encanto.
Yeah.
And then they had Encanto, and then I got confused because there was Encanto and the other movie that came out right before, which was the other one that wasn't Encanto, about another.
Which one's Encanto?
Yeah, there's two of them. There's the one that was about death.
If you've not seen Encanto, it's the one where there's like
musical stuff.
we don't talk about Bruno. You must have heard that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing I couldn't escape for a while.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
It's like you haven't seen Encanto, but you know Encanto.
You know Encanto.
You know Encanto, okay?
Coco. There's Coco and Encanto.
Oh, I watched Coco.
Talking about the main character from Turning Red, watching Trash Taste. I actually had my first, I guess, celebrity moment that I haven't. I don't think I've talked about on Trash
Your
Taste
first
yet.
clout moment?
Yeah, my first clout.
Real
moment.
clout moment?
Yeah, no, where it was weird, right? Because of course it was in LA, meeting a celebrity. Of course. Yeah, people talk about it all the time,
Yeah.
but it happened for me once actually, and it's so weird because being on Trash Taste and talking about, guys, if you see me on the street, don't be afraid to say hi. I'm not gonna bite, just come say hi, take a picture, I'll sign something, whatever. I don't care, we've said that so many times on Trash Taste.
Yeah.
But then when it happened to me on the other side in real life, I became everything that I warned against, right? So me and Sydney were having lunch in this cafe in LA. And it was like a Mexican restaurant or something. We were just having like a quick lunch and a beer there. And then Sydney was like, hey, is that who I think it is? And I turn around. I'm like, who are you talking about? And she points to like a table right in the corner, right? And she's like, I think that's the waitress from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which if you haven't watched Always Sunny in Philadelphia, it's like a sitcom. It's one of mine and Sydney's like favorite sitcoms of all time. And there's a character in there that's not one of the main characters, but kind of like a side character that's reoccurring.
Right.
And her name's the waitress. And I was like, and she points to her and I'm like, shit, that is the waitress.
Right.
And I'm like, and Sydney and we both want to take a picture. We both want to say hi and take a picture. And I'm like, no, Sydney, no, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. Sydney, don't do this. Don't do this.
Sydney's like, I need my cloud. I need my dose of cloud. I'm going to die, can't. I need some cloud. I'm shivering from lack of cloud.
And like for the first time, I got it. I understood that feeling now of just like
you can't just go up to someone.
you can't just go up because I'm like, no, we can't go up there.
Well, I mean, if it's in a restaurant, it's a lot more awkward.
Obviously, and also they were sitting right in the corner as well. And me, my brain, I was like, I've been here before. If I'm sitting in the corner, I don't want to be noticed. And she was sitting in the corner table, on the corner of the corner table. So I'm like, no, I can't do it. I can't go up I can't go up there. But luckily, Sydney being the fucking Giga Chad, being like, go on. I'll do it. I'll fucking do it.
Step aside, herbivore. I will do it.
I will do it. I'm like, Sydney, no, Sydney, stop. Don't do it. And then she walks up and she says, yeah, can I get a picture? And of course, it was exactly that. It was everything that I said would happen, which was, of course, she was more than happy. She was like very excited to take a picture. And I'm just like, damn, I feel like such an ass. I feel like such an idiot right now.
I had that exact same thing at the con in Miami.
Right.
Except like you'd think that because you're at a convention, it would be easier than say like a restaurant setting, right? Mm-hmm. Because every like famous person who's there is there to meet people, right?
Yeah,
so it's like already pre-established, right? But Connor and I were in the green room.
Right.
Which is like the one part of the con for guests, for guests of the con to just like chill out and just like kind of have a little bit of peace and quiet and privacy and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Because that's how I feel when I go into a green room. But so I feel that's the worst place to be able to go up to someone, right? In my head, right? But then exact same thing. He was sitting in the corner, just like chilling on his phone, and I'm like, I think that's Adam Savage from Mythbusters.
Oh,
and I was just like, that's definitely. And I checked the website just to make sure. I was like one of those people. I'm like, or is it just a lookalike? I don't know. So I went on and I'm like, oh, that's Adam from Mythbusters. And I was just like, I remember I turned to Connor. I was like, I have to say hi.
I was like, go ahead.
Yeah. And Connor's just like, just go ahead. I'm like, yeah, but. And I was second guessing. I was just like, yeah, but he's like chilling in the corner. I don't know if he wants to be left alone and shit like that. And then it wasn't until my handler was like, just fucking go up to him. I was just like, oh, okay. So then I went up to him. Yeah, because, I think it's because we're not used to being, as you said, we're not used to being on the other side of that.
Yeah.
Because, like you don't often run into celebrities in your daily life, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, as I was walking up to him, I was just imagining every worst possibility that could happen, right? Of like, oh, what if he's an asshole? What if he just like turns me away? What if he just like denies a photo? Blah, blah, blah. Of course, that didn't happen. He was the nicest fucking person ever. And he was just like, yeah, let's take a photo. And he like stood up and everything. And it was like 5-second interaction, but I'm like, yeah. All right.
No, because like it taught me so much because just meeting, I believe her name is Mary Elizabeth Gwynn. I think that's her name. And the waitress.
The waitress.
just meeting her and being able to take a picture, bro. That just made our day. Honestly,
absolutely.
Even just that short interaction of just like, damn, I've seen you so much, and you've had like indirectly just such a big effect, such a big effect on a lot of our evenings. Damn, that felt good. It literally, I was like, because I've heard fans say, damn, just meeting me made their day or whatever. I'm like, I'm not. Don't please don't say that.
You're a piece of shit.
I am not that good. But like me, just being able to take a picture and shitting yourself. Going up to them, taking the picture, I'm like, I get it now, guys. I get it. Okay.
You got starstruck.
Yeah, I got starstruck.
We got to speak to Adam and his team a little bit.
Yeah,
we were in one of the cars, so we got to speak to him. It's nice.
He's a really nice guy.
I don't know why. Like, I don't. This is not me trying to be a contrarian or I'm so fucking cool. For me, I don't know. Like, I don't really want to take pictures with like celebrities or anything. It doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time it doesn't for me as well. The only reason this mattered to us was because Always Sunny. We'd watch all of the seasons of Always Sunny, like maybe 5, 10.
I grew up with Mythbusters, so it's like one of my favorite shows.
Maybe there's a show or something that will change your mind, but for me, it's like, even if I got a picture with them, I'm like, all right, well, I mean, I would have prefer to have an organic conversation at some point, but obviously you can't force that. So to me, it's like,
because you don't want to be that guy, right?
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just don't. I don't really get starstruck by anyone as well. Like, I just kind of like, I'm like, if I happen to talk to someone who did something I've watched, that's really fucking cool and that's awesome. But if I don't, I'm still gonna live my life.
No, exactly. Like there is some like I'm not like I wouldn't be this like every celebrity. There's like,
Right. Okay,
if I meet like fucking Leonardo DiCaprio, I'd be like, that's really cool. It's Leonardo DiCaprio, but I wouldn't be like, you know, he hasn't had a massive effect on my life. But
I'd still be shitting myself.
I'd be shitting myself. But like I wouldn't. But like it would be different if I had met something like. I'm trying to think. Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
Grew up with his films, fucking respect the shit out of him. If I got a chance to meet him, that's like one person off the top of my head I would actually be starstruck about.
Yeah.
Because he's done a lot.
He'd probably tell you to fuck off as well. Or something.
I fucking love that. Actually, that was
Fuck off, Garth.
It's like, Quentin told me to fuck off. I'm so honored.
that. I would probably like that. Actually, I'd be like, yo, Quentin Tarantino told me to fuck off.
Yeah. That'd be amazing.
That would be that would be a good.
He
story.
seems like the kind of dude. He rocks up to a McDonald's and like, what do you want for your order? He's like, fuck off. I want a milkshake. That's the kind of energy he gives off.
It's like,
Like
I'll give you an extra one.
Like he goes somewhere and then tells them to fuck off.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That's the kind of energy he gives off.
Because every time I see like, just a Quentin Tarantino interview, I'm like, oh, Quentin Tarantino is just a Quentin Tarantino character in a Quentin Tarantino movie. You know, like it's he talks exactly like one of the characters. You know,
Yeah.
any of the characters he would write, and it's
Yeah.
just. God, what I would give just
Well,
to have,
that's why
like,
he's in his own movies a lot of the time, because he doesn't have to act. That's just him.
yeah, exactly right.
This episode is sponsored by Honey, the easy way to save when shopping on your iPhone or computer.
Guys, I know you shop online, okay? Let's just get that out of the way.
I don't
We
go
all
out-
shop
I don't go
online,
outside.
okay? How often does that promo code just taunt you when you get to the checkout field?
All the time.
all the time.
He's getting emotional.
I just remembering that just brings me so much pain. But thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupon codes is a thing of the past. Honey is the free shopping tool that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one it can find to your cart.
Recently, because you know the winter season is coming eventually.
Okay.
I was recently buying ski passes for an upcoming vacation of mine,
Ooh.
and I didn't think I'd be able to save money on those. But guess what, boys? Honey saved me a good chunk
Even
of cash.
ski passes?
I saved 10% on that bad boy.
Yo,
That
Honey
was
coming in
significant
clutch.
amount.
How much was 10%?
About $50.
Ooh.
That's
You know how many beers I'm going to be buying with that $50?
a lot. If you don't already have Honey, you could be just straight up missing out on
Missing
savings.
out.
Not only that, by getting Honey, you'll be doing yourself a solid and supporting the boys as well. So get Honey for free by going to joinhoney.com/trashtaste. That's joinhoney.com/trashtaste. Links in the description below.
Back to the episode. But yeah, like, is there anyone you think you'd be starstruck about if you ever met them in real life?
I mean, Adam isn't the only one I've been starstruck by. The first person I ever felt like that feeling of starstruck, which I'm probably talked about, was I met Obata Takeshi at a con. He's the guy who drew Death Note.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, he was at a con randomly, and that was the one time where
Japan or the US?
in Canada, yeah. He was a guest at, I think, at Otakuthon one of the years where I was a guest at. And it was really, I think I've told this story, but like basically we went to the opening ceremony because we were guests. And then they were like, introducing each of the guests, blah, blah, blah. There's a bunch of voice actors, a couple of YouTubers, stuff like that. And then they were like, now for the Japanese guests. And then they'd list off a couple of people. And they were like, and finally we have the, one of the creators of Death Note, Obata Takeshi. And he just didn't stand up.
Yeah.
And so everyone in that room thought, oh, he's just not there. Right, he just didn't show up to the meeting. Whatever. And I was just like, maybe I'll see him.
Little did you know you just can't understand English.
Yeah.
Didn't get
Yeah.
stand up.
I was like, maybe I'll see him, but I wasn't thinking like, oh, I'll get to meet him and whatever. Maybe I'll see him in a distance, while I'm walking through the con or whatever, which is still cool, whatever. And then as we were walking out of the opening ceremony, Aki was just like, you should turn around right now. And literally, I think this distance away, it was just Obata Takeshi was just like
Bro,
walking
it's like
right
the
behind
scene-
me.
It's like the scene from Death Note.
Yeah, it was. It was doing the L stare at me. And I just turned around, and at that split second, I just felt like, oh, I want to say hi to him so bad and try
Well,
and get a photo.
you can just say
And
in
that would have been the
Japanese,
perfect opportunity, but I chickened out. And
Now you experience Joey.
and that was the moment where I was like, oh my god, this is what being starstruck is.
Yeah.
You easily could have turned around and like, oh, Nihonjin this. And then they probably would have started being like, oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I could have, right? I could have so easily just started talking in Japanese,
Yeah.
instant icebreaker.
Yeah.
But I just saw him and I'm like, holy shit, that's Obata Takeshi. And then I just couldn't talk to him.
Yeah.
Because that was the moment where I was like, oh, I get it. I get why now some people are like this with people they admire. It's because I just experienced that.
Do you think there's like a difference between traditional celebrities and internet celebrities? Because
yes, I think.
Because obviously we've been in a position. We've been in a position. Yeah. Obviously we've been in a position where we've been trying to, convince a lot of conventions to be like, look, internet, people with internet followings, you have to like take them more seriously.
Yeah.
But at the same time, do you think that they should be treated on the same level?
I think.
And what just conventions?
I think it depends on the size of.
I'm also
that
biased
person.
as fuck.
Yeah.
Like
Please treat me normal.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. Is
Yeah.
like I think a lot of like internet celebrities, or I guess like the common understanding of how internet celebrities should be is that because we see them on the internet, because a lot of them are kind of like self-produced and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's that like they're just like one of us.
Yeah.
They're a lot more grounded. Whereas like the common understanding of like movie celebrities or TV celebrities or musicians is that like they're these people on top of the clouds that I'll never be close to touching.
Yeah, they've been put on a pedestal.
They've been put on so high of a pedestal
Yeah.
that unless I am at their level, I will never, ever, ever interact with them.
Yeah.
Whereas like YouTubers or Twitch streamers and, a lot of other people who have like a social media presence, it's like, I interact with them on Twitter,
Yeah.
Indirectly. But that's still better than what any chance I'll get with fucking, Samuel L. Jackson or Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Right? So I think but at the same time, I think nowadays, as you were saying, it's kind of getting to the point now where the line's getting a bit blurry, because it's like, after what point does it go from just being this another guy on the internet to then suddenly, being something like Mr. Beast or Felix? Where it's like, now they are sometimes even more famous than the traditional celebrities.
Yeah, because I don't know what that line is or how to define it, but like I think there is a definite difference. I guess I realized this. I don't think we've talked about our VidCon experience, have we?
Or your guys' VidCon experience.
Our guys' VidCon
I didn't
experience,
go.
or just the one party that we went to.
Yeah.
Where it was just, you go to this VidCon party. Me and Connor went to this VidCon party, so we didn't actually attend VidCon. We went to one of the VidCon after
We
parties.
snuck into the VidCon.
We did sneak into the VidCon after
I was
party.
like, I have enough clout. Get me in.
And it was just, I felt so dirty being there.
That's why do you think I didn't go?
It's okay. So actually,
I didn't want to go.
It was also like an hour away.
It was an hour away.
We
Yeah.
had to like,
Yeah.
because it was like near fucking Disneyland, and we were staying in like the Hollywood Hills.
Yeah.
I
So we were like, fuck.
I just
dude.
went to a friend's
Yeah.
place and just
Yeah.
chilled.
So this was like the most fucking. It was basically like an in-betweeners episode for us, right? Because we get in and we're like,
Yeah.
okay, so there's this VidCon party, and we just like wanted to hang out with like Emily and Didus and everything like that. Maylin tags along as well, so she's like, I think I can get us in. I think I got some contacts in there. Turns out,
She did not. That's it. She did not.
The one time Maylene didn't have a contact.
Turns out the one time Maylin didn't have a contact, they were out of office or not working that day, so we couldn't get in. So we had to kind of like try and, let's say, sneak our way into the VidCon
I feel like we
party.
said this at one point, where we mentioned, I think, on the.
I don't think we have.
I don't think we
Have
have.
we have?
No, we
I
haven't.
swear we did on one
We
of
have.
the
I don't
ones.
think we've talked
Oh,
about it.
apologies if we've already talked about
Okay,
it.
go ahead.
No. We've definitely said it in private,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think. So how we get in is Emily and Didus and a bunch of other creators that we knew were in the party. They had passes, and basically you needed a pass to get in, if I remember correctly. And so what we tried to do was get Didus to sneak some passes out by himself.
It's a genius plan. Go
Yeah.
in with the passes. There's no checks to leave.
Yeah.
So just leave with the passes in your pants, the extra ones, then come give us the passes and we'll come back in.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did hear about Didus shoving passes down his
Yeah, and
pants.
he was like, I'm scared. They're going to pat me down. I'm like, why would they pat you down to leave?
Yeah.
What do you mean? That's not how it works. He's like, I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
They don't pat you down when you get out of
I'm
an
like, you'll be
airport.
fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
So already there's me, Connor, and Maylin waiting outside the venue, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, why am I doing this? Like in my head, I'm like, why am I doing this? This party is not going to be worth it. I already feel dirty being here. Why am I doing this? And then while we're waiting, we heard like the most VidCon conversation you could possibly hear.
This was literally like, this summed up VidCon.
Go on.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm excited now. Go on.
Yeah, so these two guys walk past, and one of the guys goes, so yeah, last year I was just like pretending to be relevant. This year is like the first year I actually feel like I am relevant. And that was like the one line where I'm like, I need to leave. I need to leave right now.
Like, because this dude walked past and me and God looked at each other and we were like, All right. It was funny because I kept seeing that guy in the party because I remember who it was.
Right.
And I saw him in the party literally trying to talk to every big YouTuber.
Oh my
like trying his fucking hardest to talk to everyone. Yeah. It was just
I
like.
feel nauseous.
Well, he was relevant. You know, this is the first year he was relevant, so
Oh, shit.
why wouldn't he?
If he says he's relevant, I guess he is.
But it's like, half people in that party weren't even creative. I'm like, so many people snuck into that party.
Yeah.
Oh,
Of
so
course.
easy to do it.
Yeah. And like you go in and you just like, we didn't recognize anyone because everyone, it's like
They're all
VidCon.
TikTokers.
VidCon now was like a TikTok party.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it's,
Bro, it was. I didn't know.
Because goddamn, they're relevant.
I saw some YouTubers I knew that were my friends. I was like, hi, how you doing? Do you know anyone here? No. I don't know anyone either. Who are these people?
definitely felt like the boomers in the party. And I remember, I remember like, I guess like the one big YouTuber I got like a glance at, I guess, who did kind of give off celebrity vibes by the way they carried themselves, was we were waiting in line. This was after Didus came out and gave us the passes. We were waiting in line to get through security. Yeah. And then someone just rocks up and you see an entire posse just like rocking up. And I see this guy, and you know when you see someone walking and they just give off kind of like asshole energy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh damn,
There's like a certain strut.
Yeah, there's a certain strut.
Yeah.
Who's this guy? And then I see one person like run up to this person and like, cause like, and she goes, oh, can I please take a picture? Can I please take a picture? And he turns around and it's James Charles, and he just goes, no. And just struts off, and that was my one.
Based.
Holy shit! What an alpha!
That is that.
I swear you've told this story on the podcast. Oh, I'm going crazy. We'll find out.
We'll find out.
We'll find
Mood on,
out.
tell me. I don't think I have told this story.
Yeah, I mean, it was what you think it is.
Yeah.
It was like a big nightclub.
Yeah.
Kind of like every nightclub in every action movie where you like, and you can't see anything. It's just a bunch of people who are dressed really funnily. Like, so obviously there's a lot of TikTok creators who have like a shtick, and there's a lot of people like dressed weirdly. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so I just talk to YouTubers that I know, and I bumped into William there. I spoke to William a lot, William Osman.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you know anyone here? He's like, no. He's like, and I was like, was it always like this? He was like, no. Like when VidCon started, you knew everyone. Yeah. Because they were all YouTubers. Now he's like, it's all TikTok. I don't know anyone here.
I kind of felt the same way when I went to the OTK party as well.
Oh, really?
Because it's like, because like OTK is like a Twitch group or like a team, I guess.
Yeah.
Like we all have a couple of friends who are.
Is it because you
OTK.
just didn't watch a lot of Twitch, so you didn't recognize any of them?
No, it wasn't even that. It was like, because I went with Ross, Robert Ross. And, you know, he's a lot more like in tune with like the Twitch streamers and stuff like that. And so we rock up, and for one, there's barely anyone there.
Yeah.
Like maybe like other than like Tech and Sear and like a couple of other people and like Rich, no other OTK member was there.
Oh, okay.
And I was just looking around and I was like, I don't mean to be a boomer, but like I don't know anyone here. Like I literally can't recognize anyone here. And Ross was like, yeah, I kind of don't recognize anyone here either.
Well, because Twitch streamers come up really fast. And
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
so I
fall
was,
off really fast.
so I was just like, you know, I mean, we went and we like hung out and like the entire night I was just talking to Tech and Ross. Like, I didn't go there to socialize at all. I just went for the free drinks. But like, I feel like it was kind of the same way where like, I realized then and there that I don't like these kinds of parties just because you don't
Clout parties.
You literally don't get anything out of it. It is the biggest fucking waste of time.
It depends on the person, I think. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. Depends.
If you got a couple of friends there, then you can just hang out with them.
It depends
but
on
It's
the
hit and
crowd.
miss. It's hit and miss.
It depends on the crowd.
Sometimes you
Depends
get a
on the
really good
crowd.
vibe and everyone's having a good time. Other
Yeah.
times you're like, God, I really regret coming here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I think it's because of that I heard VidCon party. I was like, no.
Well, I just thought I'd never been to a VidCon party, and I wanted to see like the vultures. I just wanted to see it.
Oh, you definitely saw them.
And I got to I knew it would be like a human experiment ground of clout. Like I just knew it would be funny to go and just watch people try.
Yeah.
And to be fair, it was.
Yeah.
Like you would just see like a really big YouTubers, well known, in the corner, and then people just constantly trying to get in the conversation who definitely like weren't being subtle about it, and it was so funny.
It was cool. It was almost like watching a nature documentary.
It was.
You know, I almost like heard David Attenborough.
The
going like,
clout wanter watches his prey, waiting for an opening. white claw in hand, ready to pounce at the opportunity to make a connection.
Unfortunately for him, this prey is not biting.
And it looks like there's an opening. Oh, but no, there's a rejection there. There's been an awkward silence. It's not playing
Oh
out.
my god, I need to see that now.
And you could see the herd of TikTokers surrounded this lone YouTuber who is now an endangered species. It was just like, yeah, it was so weird because it was one of the weirdest parties I've been to. Because
I bet every VidCon party's like that. We just didn't go to enough.
maybe
I wouldn't
honestly,
be surprised. I wouldn't be
Honestly,
surprised.
I heard that every single one of the parties was rammed. And then when we went to like the Denny's afterwards, I kept overhearing conversations from other TikTok creators talking about like, they were like, so like, you guys doing, like, it was the exact conversation. Someone was like, are you guys doing taxes? And they were all like baffled. They were all like, I'm not doing, are you doing taxes? and I was like eating my shit meal like,
Casual tax fraud in the Denny's.
I was like, but it wasn't like you're evading it, right? It was like,
Yeah.
Are we supposed to?
is this something we're supposed to
Are we
do?
supposed to be? Because they were all like 21, I think, like brand
Yeah,
new.
yeah, exactly.
First thing they'd done, they didn't. It was just funny. It was really good.
Yeah.
it was
It's
really,
Like,
really
oh,
fun.
you naive child.
It was just like you bring in a bunch of these creators who have popped up and never been to a. Because the interesting thing about going to VidCon this year was that this is the first VidCon since the pandemic, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So a lot of the people who went, this is their first time ever going to an event with other influencers or YouTubers or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it was just like, bro, it was like a wild, it was just so fun to watch. Because it was literally like you could tell a lot of people had no idea how to introduce or kind of talk to people.
yeah.
You just watch people do, oh my God, man. There was like one or two dudes who were like doing an awful job at trying to, because I was just sitting, we were in the outside section the whole
Yeah.
time. There's a little outside section. There's just like a bunch of people just kept trying to go and talk to big YouTubers and just having miserable luck. But they
Did
kept
anyone
trying.
come up to you guys or?
No, we were like tucked away in the corner. I had a few people who came up to me and were like, "Oh, I watched Trash Taste." I was like, "Oh, I don't know who you are," because that was the awkward part. Some of them would introduce themselves and be like,
I'm blah blah blah.
"Yeah," they would be like, "I'm this person," kind of like not really elaborate.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, is that like because?"
You're like, who?
Because I don't want to be like, I don't know, because it's awkward if you're like,
Yeah.
I don't know who you are.
Just like, oh, we're using our fake names or we're using our real names. Or...
Well, because they would be like, oh, you're thingy. Oh, I know thingy.
yeah.
And I'd be like, okay. oh, yeah.
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 But I didn't get that many. It was pretty chill. I was.
Oh,
I was,
okay.
I
Yeah,
was-
it was pretty
I'm-
chill.
I'm too small. I'm
Yeah.
a normie.
We're the boomers.
You're
We're
not James
boomers. We're
Charles.
not.
I'm
We're
not
not.
James Charles level.
Yeah,
Well, because
yeah.
we're saying like there was some pretty fucking like big names there. So like
Yeah.
comparatively, it was like
Yeah.
much much
Yeah,
smaller.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I prefer that though, to be honest. In
No, it's
situations
good. It's
like
good.
that.
Like
yeah.
you don't want to be the biggest one there because
Yeah.
you get swarmed.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think like someone said a story about like Mr. Beast going the day before us.
Yeah, Willie
and-
William was telling us about Mr. Beast guy.
Oh God, I wouldn't have wanted to like go to be the party in that case.
Jesus.
And apparently everyone was just like, you know how like L in Death Note is like, apparently that was what it was like. Like,
Right.
everyone was doing it. And it was just like, fuck, why even bother going?
Far out.
I wouldn't go.
Yeah,
Nah, screw
it's
that.
just like damn. Imagine being Jimmy, you get swarmed by fans, and even going to like creator parties, you get swarmed by creators as well, right?
Yeah.
Every YouTuber out there's like, this is how my fans should act. And they it goes out the window and they're the ones doing it. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
There's just like no self-awareness sometimes, I think, in the creator field. 'Cause
Yeah,
a lot of people are doing it independently and,
Well,
and not interacting. So
I think the thing is because this isn't like my
it's your
excuse to shit on
theory.
this isn't my excuse to shit
just
on
a theory.
TikTokers, by the way.
Let's shit on TikTok.
Let's-
There's nothing I love more than shitting
My
on TikTokers.
favorite thing to do in 2022.
Yeah, I'm a YouTuber. I fucking hate TikTok.
One, obviously, a lot of them have been in the creative field for a lot less time because obviously TikTok hasn't been
Yeah.
around for that long.
Yeah.
But number two, like, did you see that article that got posted around or that got shared recently about this TikToker who had like 1 million followers? Sorted
did the
out.
fan meet up?
I've talked about this like a billion times. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The girl, she had like 3 million followers.
Yeah.
Had a meet and greet at VidCon. No one showed up.
Yeah, exactly. And it just, I guess that event alone just showed me a lot about what it's like having a reach on TikTok versus maybe having a reach on other social media platforms. Because I feel like with Twitch, I think Twitch the most, I think that's where the audience involvement and engagement is the highest, right?
Oh,
because
gotcha,
that's
yeah.
Well, yeah, because you see the most of that person.
yeah. So even if you have like a low follower count on Twitch, you might have like the most hardcore fan base.
Oh, absolutely.
But I think TikTok is like the complete opposite of
Yeah.
that,
Well,
right?
There's
Think
only
about-
so much of your personality you can show in 10
Think,
seconds.
how many TikTokers by name do you remember? That's the C.
That's
you can watch 50
it's
TikToks
Bella
from someone.
Thorne. I know Bella Thorne, but that's like literally the
Charlie
biggest
D'Amelio,
TikToker.
'cause she's big,
Oh yeah,
right? But
Charlie D'Amelio.
you
Isn't it Bella Porch?
both. I don't fucking know. Bro, I'm
Who's Bella
bro.
Thorne?
Bella Thorne is another person.
Oh, is she?
She is a person. Is she a TikToker? I don't know.
So yeah, I thought about this, right? You've probably watched like 30 to 40 TikToks of a TikTok creator's TikToks.
Yeah.
Fuck, stop fucking saying TikToks.
Bella Thorne's an actress.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm like, it's Bella Porch, I think.
Yeah.
So
fuck.
you can watch like 30 TikToks from a creator and you
Yeah.
won't remember their name.
Yeah.
If you watch 2 good videos from a big YouTuber, there's a good chance you'll remember them.
Of course, yeah.
Because it's long form. And like, you getting someone to watch your TikTok 50 times is still less screen time by far than someone watching 2 hours of your Twitch stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, you have to start looking at what that means.
Yeah.
In terms of audience participation and audience, like, are they going to buy your merch or something?
Yeah.
Not that any of this is relevant to 99% of you, but just things that
I
think
mean,
we think about
the
as
same
YouTubers.
thing kind of happened with like, Vine, for instance. Like the only reason why we remember some of the bigger Viners is
there were so
because
few
they
of them.
moved to YouTube,
Yeah,
right?
but
And then
that-
they made a presence on YouTube. But like, how many Viners do you know that didn't make that move over that you remember by name?
No.
None.
I mean, all of the big ones made their move over, right?
Yeah, they all made their move over.
Yeah, because I feel like with TikTok, I don't know singular creators. I know them by like, oh, there's that guy that did the X thing.
Yeah.
The
You
X
don't
thing.
know
song.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the guy that did the drone video.
Yeah.
And all,
Yeah.
Oh
you
my
know.
god, yeah. That
Like
Yeah,
you're
I don't actually like. I don't
the-
actually know
the
his
drone
name.
guy.
The drone guy.
Yeah.
like if your name has no like power
Yeah.
or no brand power, then like it's hard to like say push your name and have it be advertised on things. Right?
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
be a big creator and stuff. So it was a really bizarre choice that Vidcon decided to go. Not that I'm offended. I'm offended. That they decided to go more for TikTokers than YouTubers this year.
Yeah,
But
it made sense. Yeah.
I think I can't remember why it was. I think there was a reason. I think some other business partners that were partnering with them were pushing for more TikTokers.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
If I remember correctly.
Is it because this is the first year since like the whole TikTok boom happened?
Could be.
that
Can we check?
VidCon happened?
Just Google like why is there so many TikTokers at VidCon or something? I don't know.
Yeah. Why are there so many TikTokers?
I'll tell you why,
TikTok?
Con. It's because they're relevant.
Think about it, like VidCon for like was originally like YouTubers.
Yeah.
Like and it was that was
Yeah.
what it kind of was, and then
Yeah.
now it's like okay, not really that anymore.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Exactly.
I mean, there's still a lot of YouTubers.
No, there
though,
are still a lot,
Yeah.
but not as many as before.
Right.
I think.
yeah. I would be curious to see what TwitchCon is like. Because
I really want to go, but we're on tour.
we're on
would've
tour
gone. I
during
would
that
have gone.
time. Of course you would have gone. You
I
were
would have
a-
fucking gone.
Of
for
course,
sure.
Of course you would.
Twitch streamer.
It
Right,
would have
yeah.
been the most degenerate con ever, probably.
I've heard so many horror
It's
stories
probably
about
degen
TwitchCon.
as fuck.
Yeah.
I heard the Amsterdam one was fun though.
Well, yeah, of course, it's in Amsterdam. That's
I mean,
why.
Joey would like to go.
Fuck yeah.
Not for TwitchCon.
No, I just want to go to Amsterdam
I mean,
for
Amsterdam is great.
undisclosed reasons.
Okay, so I had a quick Google on my phone. Apparently, the reason why there's so many TikTokers is because TikTok partnered with Vidcon.
Oh,
that's
smart.
okay.
That's smart.
Okay.
That's,
Yeah.
I mean, that's why. Is it
Okay.
smart? You tell me. It's
Well, it's smart for
They're pushing the
TikTokers.
YouTubers out.
Yeah, they're
okay?
pushing the YouTubers
We're old
out.
media now, guys. We're old media. Okay?
We are the boomers of internet
Yes.
media.
I already feel like that without YouTube.
Well, you're just a boomer.
yeah. I don't know. I'm on TikTok. Connor Clips, or maybe it's Sea Dog by now. I asked to have it changed, so we'll
Yeah.
see if it is.
Well, we're
But
on
I'm
TikTok as well.
Oh,
too.
I'm
Yeah.
Trash Taste is on
Trash
TikTok
Taste.
as well.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like none of us. I don't think any of us think that it's the future, but I think it's a good alternative.
I think it's the
and
future.
You think it's going to be more important than?
As soon as they figure out their creator fund, I think the only thing is missing is financial incentive. Once the financial incentive is there is going to be way more people
I just
rushing
don't.
to TikTok.
I don't think the money, like ad rev, is ever going to be there in the way that it is on YouTube. You just
maybe
can't.
not.
You
Maybe,
just can't.
maybe not YouTube, but they definitely need a better system than what they have now. And when they figure it out, I think there's going to be much more of a competition. Maybe not
So-
take over YouTube, but I think it would be naive to say that it won't have like a big, massive impact.
Here's an interesting thought.
Right.
How would a say right now we're going into a recession? Yay!
Yeah.
Recession doesn't really affect YouTubers that much, as much a little bit. I mean, it does, but
Yeah.
hopefully it doesn't affect them too much. I mean, I don't know, whatever. But for TikTokers and short form content creators, it affects them quite a lot. Because think about it. What's the one thing where you stop getting money from when there's a recession? as a creator?
Advertisers.
Like sponsors.
Yeah.
Sponsors stop buying ad slots because
Yeah.
they're like.
Well, it's all rounds. It's not just like sponsorships, but just.
I mean, you still get ad rev, right? But you get
Yeah,
less. But
you get a lot less,
But you'll
yeah.
get less sponsored deals. You'll get less product placement.
That's
and stuff.
the whole point of a recession, right? Everyone
Well,
gets
wait,
paid less.
we made the recession to stop YouTubers from getting ad deals. That's the whole point. What I'm saying is
They're
that-
making too
Right,
much
so
money.
Think about it. How do current short form and TikTokers make most of their money? Product placement, ads,
Yeah.
like from
Yeah.
sponsors, like that. It will actually affect them.
Yeah.
More. So like right now, it's like, yeah, you could argue once it figures it out, but now it might be even harder of a time to get into becoming a full-time short-form creator content because there's a recession on the horizon and ads aren't going to start paying out money anytime soon.
Yeah, but it's getting harder to just be an online creator, period. Like
Yeah, I know,
regardless
I know.
of what platform it is.
Yeah.
So I think everyone's kind of in the same boat in that case.
I just feel like the numbers are there. It's. I don't think it's a fad. I think the TikTok.
It just seems to be getting bigger and bigger. And
yeah,
bigger.
I think the TikTok algorithm is just too good. It's too
It's good, but right now, how do you put ads on it and not make it intrusive?
people are going to figure that out.
Well, aren't
eventually.
they-
Are they gone?
Well, aren't they extending-
Are they gone?
Yes.
Aren't they extending TikToks to like 3 to 5 minutes or something?
But then the whole fucking point of TikTok is gone.
But that's what I was saying. It's like they're like, oh, I think that was their way to combat like if you were to have like a sponsored TikTok, for example, or like an ad or like an ad placement, like or a product placement, for example, that would leave the creators more room, right? And if these creators now they're like, oh, we can go beyond 10 seconds now, we can go to like 3 to 5 minutes. That leaves more room for ad revenue to potentially go up, right?
Yeah.
So it's like I think they're TikTok, by making these changes, they're trying to figure out how to maximize the profits for these creators without changing the baseline formula. But that's hard
Also-
because by extending TikToks to 3 to 5 minutes, you just have a YouTube video.
the shit
At that point. 16
by what? Not what's the fucking? I don't know what the 4 by. There's a 4 by 3. I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
Also,
The shit aspect. I hate that aspect ratio.
I feel like it's just much easier to shout out something or to sell like a product on TikTok, you know, where I mean,
Because it's almost subliminal with how
Look,
fast it goes.
Look, if they could sell Hustlers University on TikTok and it be a success, which it is, then anything could be sold successfully on TikTok.
I'm sure anything
You
with
know.
enough marketing will sell, but
Yeah.
it's that's like the rarity. Like a lot of people aren't going to get a lot of money from this stuff. It's just not going to happen. I saw one TikTok which is not related to the, well, it kind of is, and it pissed me off because it was just the dumbest fucking video. It was a. I'm not going to name the drink because they don't deserve promotion. It was an energy drink.
Yeah.
And this dude made a video. He's like, "What will happen if I pour this energy drink in sand and then bury it?"
What?
And I was like, "Go on then, go on. I already know what's going to happen, but fuck you for even thinking this is a good idea. Fuck you."
What? But did you watch it?
I watched it.
Then it worked, Connor. Then it worked.
It worked, but I watched it out of pure just like
Spite.
It's like watching a gorilla,
watching.
like
Yeah.
just hate what? Yeah, spite. I'm like, go on, fucking do something interesting. I fucking dare you. And he didn't.
So what happened?
What do you think happened, Jerry?
Did the sand get wet?
The sand underneath just got wet, and then when he dug it up again in 5 minutes, it was just wet sand.
Wait, this isn't like.
I'd like to think
Was this ironic?
no. I'd like to think this was like the
Is
man
he
had
doing this
signed-
with other drinks?
I'd like to think that he signed an ad deal that was like, you have to make this many TikToks with our product.
Right.
And he
Yeah.
ran out of ideas. And the deadline was literally like the next day. He
I'm
was
gonna
like,
pour it
he
on
was like,
sand.
I'll pour it on sand. I'll see what happens. It was so dumb. It made me so angry. I was like, this is a brand paid money for this. A brand saw this and was like, I got to put my produad on this. And
Dude,
pay
they're
that
gonna
guy.
use that from now on. They're like, dude, if you don't like our drink,
Oh,
you
it
can
made me so
just bury it in
angry.
sand if you want.
It made me so angry because I'm like, you know, you work hard
my
to make these
God.
videos online, and you know, like, yeah, man, I hope it's a good
Let's
video.
pour some fucking Red Bull and some sand. Let's,
I hope this is a good video, and then you're like,
Shit, I wonder
and
what's
then-
gonna happen.
And then everyone's
Yeah.
like, no, ignore these YouTube. Look at these TikTokers, man. Look at these guys.
Look at this
pouring
content popping off
energy
right
drinks
now.
in sand. Like, there's some good TikToks.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
there's
some
a lot
great
of really
TikToks out
good
there,
ones
yeah.
that do.
yeah,
a
there are some
fucking
amazing
stuff.
ones. I feel
But
like
holy shit.
Yeah.
there's some bad ones.
Of course, there's going to be some bad
Well,
ones.
it's the same with YouTube, really.
Yeah.
But they don't pull like 10 million views.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, well, that's just
That's the other thing, is that they get views for some reason.
Yeah, I know.
People are just hate watching them, like you. They're like, "Why are you pouring this Red Bull into the sand?" Now I need to know.
I'd say out of the 10 million, 8 million of them were people like you.
Probably.
I'd probably watch it as well, just to be like,
All the comments were more entertaining than the video. They were just like, "You're a fucking idiot."
That's some of my favorite TikToks, though. Some of my favorite TikToks is not the TikTok itself; it's the comments.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god,
TikTok-
TikTok comment sections are just a gold mine.
TikTok comment sections are like YouTube comments on crack, you know? Because it's like with YouTube, I think we have more control over what we watch because we have to click a thumbnail and shit like that. With YouTube Shorts and TikTok, it's all down to the fucking algorithm. We swipe and we're like, why the fuck was I recommended this?
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes
They're like Facebook videos. They just kind of
exactly.
pop up.
Exactly.
And that's why a lot of Facebook videos have amazing comment sections. Because it's just like videos you didn't want to see, but now that it's in front of me, I have to leave a snarky comment.
Yeah, because it's permanently like with YouTube comments, at least you can like most of the time guarantee that this content is going to be for the audience you intended it for.
Yeah.
But with TikTok, it could be for any fucking audience. You have no control over that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the more recent trend I've seen in YouTube Shorts recently, it's just, it's not, is this even a good trend? Just taking fucking movie clips and just like this, tell me this is fair use. You take a movie clip or a show clip.
Yeah.
You put the Sigma grind set meme, you put the Sigma grind set theme over it, completely transforms. What the fuck?
There's like the most epic moment in Breaking Bad, and it's like the Heisenberg moment.
Yeah.
And then he just puts the fucking Sigma grind set music over it. I'm like, this is the problem. This is why none of you are getting paid. Because you're all making shit like this.
I saw something that was even worse. Like, there's just like straight up TikToks that just take scenes from movies and just add subtitles in the dead center of it. And it's like just 10 seconds of a random clip of a movie. No context explained. It's just like, here's a 10-second clip. And I'm like, what, is it transformative now because you added some fucking obnoxious subtitles that I can't ignore?
Like TikTok has like no... Does it have content ID?
I don't know.
Technically,
You
yes.
think YouTube Shorts would, but I feel like I've watched the entire season of Peaky Blinders through YouTube Shorts. Except now, if I watch it and it's not got the Sigma grind set soundtrack on it, then I'm gonna think this is fake. This is fake.
I wonder if like these companies are just like turning a blind eye to let their like short thing grow. They're just like, we'll deal with it.
Well, it's like, it's not like they're getting paid and it is exposure, so I guess we'll just leave it kind of thing, right?
Yeah, well, we got I think Trash Taste, our TikTok one, got like, it was like, you've got a bonus money from your shorts channel.
Oh, yeah, the Creator Fund.
On YouTube.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And it was like...
It was like, I think we had like 3 million or something?
I don't know. No. It was views.
Yeah, views.
No, we have more than that.
Was it?
We have way more than
I remember how much we got from it, though.
Yeah. Well, I want to see the views before I say
how many views, and then I'll tell you exactly how much we got for, or what we got it for.
Yeah.
Just to show you guys just how little money you get from YouTube.
I mean, at this point,
Shorts.
like the reason we have a YouTube Shorts and a TikTok.
No,
is
we have 63 million views, Jerry.
63 million views. We made about $600. That was just like, I remember I got the email. I was like, boys, will you let me do the honors? Claim. And it's just so condescending. It was like fireworks, and it's just like, congratulations, here's your creative fund, $630.
60 million views, and we made
60 million views. We made $600.
This is good conversion rate. Good conversion rate. guys.
60 million.
It's so sad.
Yo, boys, we eating good tonight, man. We eating good tonight.
That barely covers like our fucking Uber Eats costs for the week.
Yo, shared between all of Geeks Plus, that's like what? Like
That's like a Mattia each.
yeah, that's like a Mattia.
God damn.
We can pay for lunch for everyone, for all the staff members.
Yeah, like that's the thing, right? People don't understand. Like we like, you know, when you have staff and stuff, and you have a lot of people in your team helping you with production, and it's like, oh well, it's doing great. Our TikTok's getting 60 million views or something. It's like, yeah, but we can't fucking pay anyone. we can't do a business with this. Like
Yeah.
it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, we purely do it just to fucking follow the trend.
Yeah, the only reason we do it is because you know we can afford to take a loss.
To be fair, it is great promotional material.
I don't even know if it is. Like I don't.
I like to
feel
think
like
it
it's
is.
like well, everyone's doing it. I guess I'll fucking.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
to think it is.
Do you think, like, talking about future technology and platforms and stuff, do you think VR is going to become a thing? I know Meta is like, I know it's cool to meme on the metaverse and all that type of stuff.
I swear we had this conversation like a few months ago. The guy's laughing. I swear we had this conversation a few months ago. I wonder if our opinions will have changed.
Yeah, okay. So, like, I think because my only experience with VR before was with the Valve Index, right?
Right.
And even then, as painless as it is, if you've already got everything set up, it's just a fucking
I don't
nightmare.
even remember the
It's
last
too
time.
heavy.
I don't even
It's
remember
so
the last time I
heavy.
touched
Actually,
my VR headset.
so I went to so I visited Sydney's parents' house, Sydney's families, and they had the new Oculus. I think the new Oculus, the wireless one.
Oh,
Yeah. It is actually pretty fucking good. And I don't want to give Mark Zuckerberg credit, but
Yeah,
I'm
because
like,
you have to sign up for a fucking Facebook account.
yeah, you do. I didn't want to give my. I mean, I've already got a Facebook account, but,
But the fact that I have to buy this tech and then make a Facebook account.
yeah.
Bro,
is that the
I get it.
Oculus 2?
I think it's the one that's like completely wireless, but it's
I think I
as
have
close as I've experienced VR to be plug in and play as possible. And we were
Yeah.
playing like a mini golf game. It was we all had our own rooms, and it was a lot of fun. And it was like very, very casual as well. So I'm like, damn, maybe this can actually become a thing.
Maybe Mark Zuckerberg's on the right track.
I don't really know why it's taken them so long to make a good index. I mean, like, because the tech feels like the best in the, because I have the index.
Yeah.
3. I don't know what it is.
the index one. There's
the
only
most
one index right now.
The newest one.
Yeah,
whatever the one. Yeah, I guess it used to be HTC, right?
Yeah.
Because I used to have that one too.
Yeah.
I mean, I just wish that it wasn't as clunky and annoying to set up. And like, I think I said this last time, until it's easy and painless to put on and use all the time, it's not going to see mainstream adoption.
Yeah.
So I imagine that's what Meta is spending all their goddamn money on right now. Is like,
Yeah.
please, for the love of God, just make a headset that's fucking easy and doesn't take room and isn't shit.
yeah.
Yeah, because I think like, do you still go in VR chat and all that kind of stuff?
Sometimes I can't be bothered to like put the thing on,
I get it, right?
and I don't want to stand. I'm so lazy. I do not want to be. When I'm gaming, I just want to be standing for like 3-4 hours. It's a lot. Like you get exhausted.
Yeah.
Then you take it off and your head hurts.
You're
It's like a
dizzy.
whole thing, man.
God, humanity's just become so lazy, man.
I am lazy. When I'm good at gaming, I like sitting down.
Dude, Wall-E is just telling the future, man. We are
remember-
going to be like
I
all
like
those
my
people in
food
Wall-E.
straw. When my food comes in the straw.
Remember the days where you had to physically get up and change the DVD disc and not just like fucking Chromecast to change
I
the
like
video?
that. I miss DVD menus. Some of them had games. Remember the Shrek one had a game on it?
No.
Shrek DVD one had a game.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
It had a game. Some of them had games and they had character. What happened? And
Did they actually have games?
Yeah, I think some of them had games.
Yeah, I remember the Shrek one.
The Shrek one had the TVs.
Yeah,
And they all had TVs.
I remember that shit.
And that was fun as fuck.
Oh my
What are
God.
you talking? Are you serious?
Yes. Let me show you right now.
They also had a whole other animation where they just like sang a bunch of shit for like 15 minutes. It was like an OVA of Shrek.
Did you ever get those DVDs where you buy the DVDs and you're like, okay, I've bought a product.
Yeah.
And then the DVD starts, and then trailers and adverts start playing, and you can't skip them. Or were those just like Blockbuster ones?
I think those were the Blockbuster ones.
Like this one?
Are you talking about like you wouldn't steal a TV thing?
Yeah, yeah.
Or, like-
That had. let me see that. Let me see.
I've like all the fucking characters talk in this one. It's like just like
oh my
character.
God, that's such a fucking throwback.
Oh, this one. Shrek 2.
Yeah! I remember that shit. Oh my God.
What the fuck is that? What is that?
See, I kind of miss the DVD screen a little bit. I kind of miss it. A little bit. I don't really, but
Yeah.
you know.
One thing I want to
Fuck the DVD.
Do you think anyone actually watched commentator tracks?
I love commentary tracks sometimes.
Did you?
I like them on YouTube.
I used to watch the one with the Ice Age DVD I used to have.
The Ice Age team. Why that one specifically?
Because I fucking love Ice Age.
Okay.
And it's like there was a commentary track from the director and the producer for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then there was another clip which my sister and I were fucking obsessed with, and I don't know why. It was this one scene in Ice Age where they would dub it in 20 different languages. And they would just keep replaying the same scene, but it was in every single language. And
Right.
and I don't know why. I was fucking obsessed with that because I'm like, haha, Russians sound funny. Like, and yeah, I don't know. It was just like, I specifically remember Ice Age 1. I fucking went all over that thing.
Okay, do you have...
No, I was gonna say that's me in the Death Note laugh. I fucking love the compilations
Yes.
of the different
All the
languages.
different
language
Yeah,
language
laughs.
laws.
Laugh.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, remember when anime, like when you used to buy an English dub of an anime
Yeah.
DVD, and you could listen to Japanese or English.
Yeah.
You used to be able to get the commentary in for the dub cast or something in English, talking
Yeah,
about
yeah, yeah, I do
how it
remember
was the
that.
dub. I was finding that really interesting. I mean, I was obsessed with voice acting, so I always really liked that.
Right.
And it was
Yeah.
cool getting to hear them talk about how they decided to do certain things, and that was really fun. We don't get that anymore.
See, I was too young to comprehend that with my Ice Age DVD. I just wanted to see more Ice Age.
You just wanted more content.
Yeah.
I needed the
Did you
Ice
like
Age
Ice
content.
Age
Did you like
content.
Ice Age that much?
I fucking loved Ice Age 1.
Okay, Ice Age 1 is a good movie.
Ice Age
though.
1's fantastic.
I remember. So this is what I realized. The commentary from the cast or directors or whatever is always just best on YouTube because people cut up actually the good bits.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
interesting
yeah.
bits
Yeah,
where they
yeah,
tell
yeah.
the stories that are actually
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Because I've been getting it lately with Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Have you been
Oh,
getting
yeah.
these recommended?
No, because
I've been
haven't.
getting them recommended crazy.
Right.
Where it's just the every actor from Breaking Bad is just talking from the really cool moments of Breaking Bad and explaining them and what happened. It's really
Right,
interesting.
right.
And I've been getting like so many of these. I'm like, okay, this is where I like it. Where I don't have to watch the whole episode where they're like they don't say anything and they're like, yeah, this was a good bit actually. I remember this bit. That's where they actually give a story and
Yeah,
go
yeah,
really
yeah,
in depth
yeah.
and actually tell you, dude. Okay, sorry, tangent. Ice Age.
Yeah.
Right.
I had the Ice Age game on GameCube. What a piece of shit that game was.
My friend had that
What
game.
an awful
Wasn't
video
that
game.
the era where like every movie tie-in was absolutely
No.
fucking awful?
Well,
Ga-
this was the
Game-
end of that. This
Yeah.
was like the era when it was
Game
starting.
Boy Advance was the peak of that.
Yeah, this is where it was starting to stop.
Yeah.
Right.
So there was some movies. Remember this? There was like that period where some movies were still doing it,
Yeah.
and other movies had realized. We shouldn't. So, and I remember I had this Ice Age game on GameCube that fucking sucked.
Yeah,
this
it
game
was shit.
sucked.
It was shit.
It was so bad.
I was so disappointed because again, that was the period where I was like, I need more Ice Age, and my
Yeah.
friend was like, I have the Ice Age game. I'm like, give me that shit.
And did you like it?
No, it was horrible. I was so disappointed. I went home and watched Ice Age.
Did you play any movie games that were good? I can think of a million I played that sucked. Like I played. Do you remember the movie Over the Hedge? Like,
Yeah.
I played that game on PS2. And
There was
I
a PS2
hated
game
it.
for that?
Yeah, I hated it. I thought it was awful.
The one that I thought I thought I liked it when I was a kid, but then
Yeah.
when I played it again when I was older, and I was like, "This is immediately shit." Was the Madagascar game on Xbox? That game was
Yeah.
dog
I
shit.
could tell you that was going to be awful before you even like
Yeah, I
played
was
the game.
I was like, because like when I was little, I was like, fucking, whatever. My dad would go to the bargain bin at Target and just be like, "Oh, I found this fucking Madagascar game. I know you kids were watching it before."
Why is it always the DreamWorks ones?
It's always the DreamWorks ones, and,
had-
and,
yeah,
and
they
me and
were a
my sister,
DreamWorks family.
They-
yeah, and
they
then me and my
had-
sister were like, "Yay, Madagascar!" We
They
put
had
it
the
in.
shittest games.
They
know
do.
they were shit because on the like the advertisement for the game,
Yeah.
it'd be on like on Xbox 360, on the Wii, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, on PC, and on
Ported to
on
everywhere.
Ouya, on it was like on literally everything. Like,
Yeah.
and you'd be like, what the fuck?
It's so bad.
Were there
There was
any-
Madagascar. Actually, no. The only one that I thought was like semi decent was the Incredibles game on Xbox.
I think I actually liked The Incredibles.
It was
How
the
did
it was
you guys get all these games?
because my dad would go to the $1
He had
bargain
half
thing
a
at
white
Target.
parent.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, the reason I've never played any of these games is because like I only got like 3 games per year, so I had to
Right.
do like extensive research
I'd
about.
get
Now see, because
Yeah.
like my
Oh,
dad,
yeah, okay,
my
yeah.
dad is not a gamer, but
Yeah.
the one console that he fucking loved was Xbox.
Right.
So we got an Xbox, and he played like all of the because he's a fucking card bro.
Yeah.
He played all of like the racing games, so like Burnout and like
Burnout was good.
Motorsports Grand Prix and stuff like that. So like he would like play a lot of those games, and so he would always go out and look for more Xbox games. And because we would be playing Xbox games as well, he would just like go to the fucking $1 bargain bins and just like fucking pull out anything and just buy it and bring it back.
Dude, the Incredibles game was actually good.
Yeah,
I
it was
remember I
the
got that.
the Undertaker
actually?
one.
Is it, not the Undertaker. You mean the mold? dude?
Yeah. Underminer. Sorry,
Yeah,
Undertaker's a wrestler.
I never played that one. I played the original
The
movie
first one,
which is
right?
pretty
Yeah,
good.
that one was good. The Underminer one was actually really good because you actually got to like see the Underminer because he was like, because I always thought I was like. Because at the end of the fucking, in case you've never seen Incredibles before, Underminer is this fucking guy that pops up literally like last 30 seconds of the movie.
Yeah. He has
Right.
like 5 seconds of screen time or
Yeah,
some shit.
he's just like, behold the Underminer, and he's just like this fucking cool character.
Pretty
And I always thought as a kid when you watched Incredibles, I was like, oh, that guy looks fucking awesome.
Really? I just thought that's a fucking mole.
No,
Yeah.
and then my dad was like, I found an Underminer game for Incredibles. I was like, give me that.
See, in the UK,
And I played it. It was actually pretty good.
in the UK we had Game, and they used to do a thing that was like 3 for 12 or 3
Oh,
for 15.
yeah, 3
3
for
for 15.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
3 for
You get
15.
3 pre-owned games
Yeah.
for £15. So if you really wanted to get a lot of games,
Yeah.
instead of the 2 main games that you could get for Christmas
Yeah.
or birthday, then you do that. So I did a
Yeah.
lot of that, and most of them were really bad.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Oh yeah, my dad was also addicted to leisure suit Larry games.
Leisure Suit Larry.
Do you remember those?
What the fuck is
Are
that?
you serious?
Yeah, my dad loved Leisure Suit Larry.
What is
Okay,
that?
okay. Imagine Babe Station the game. That's
It's literally just about this character. It's a really old series, but like it's basically about this character called Larry. He's kind of like he's kind of a dweeb, but he loves women like way too much. So you're just this kid who just tries to talk up chicks in your like college dormitory. And my dad, for some reason, really liked these games, and I'm like,
Oh,
yo,
for some
some reason. And I'm like,
Bro.
Dad, they're not even hot.
Bro, it makes so much sense now why you got into hentai games. Leisure Suit Larry was like hentai
OG
games.
hentai
That's like that
games.
was the OG hentai game.
Yeah, man.
Because I always remember seeing Leisure Suit Larry in like game, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god, that's like naked women on the
Yeah,
cover.
and it was always like the highest rated,
Yeah.
like in terms of like the adult rating shit. It was like the adult rated ones, and I'm just like, whoa, shit, I can't touch that. And then I would see my dad playing some of them, and I was just like, what? And you fucking judge me for watching hentai? All right.
Leisure Suit Larry, I actually can't believe
Yeah, it
it.
was motorsports games and Leisure Suit Larry. I don't know why.
Yeah, the moment I found FPS games, it was over.
Yeah.
that was my addiction.
I played like I think the first Movie Time game because I think I've already played good Movie Time games. I don't know. It's
Name me a good movie.
Fuck off.
time
What have
game.
you played?
Aladdin on the
Okay,
SNES.
fine.
That
Oh,
was
the Super Nintendo one.
Super
That is,
Nintendo.
okay, that one is
Isn't
fucking-
that the best on Dreamcast though?
I don't know. Is it?
Dreamcast? Is it
Is
Dreamcast?
the Dreamcast game going?
What's Dreamcast? What's Dream- I'm kidding.
Name another.
Who?
Name another.
Spider-Man 2 on GameCube.
Name
That was-
another.
E.T. for Atari.
Banger.
Banger game.
That's pretty much it. I'm trying to think of other Movie Time games.
You're not
I've
going to
played.
put Madagascar on Xbox on
I
there?
did not play.
Well,
I've
Ice
never.
Age-
I was never that big of a Madagascar
Ice
fan.
Age GameCube.
Huh?
Ice Age game.
I was not that big of a fan of Ice Age. I'm trying to think if there's any anime games that what's like some OG anime games because I wouldn't have been interested in pathetic Movie Time games. I wanted my anime games. I was a weeb through and through. I'm trying to think because I'm like, what games could I have possibly gotten? I guess I just have good taste in games. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Bullshit. You're playing Genshin right now.
It's just- exactly. That's
an
anime
anime
game
game.
through and through. That's my bloodline. Inject it right into my
God,
fucking
I
veins.
completely forgot about the Aladdin game on Super Nintendo. That was a really fucking good game.
That was so fucking
Except it was
good.
hard as shit. Like
Yeah,
every
but every
Super
game
Nintendo
was
game.
like hard as shit.
Yeah.
There. I remember playing Battletoads on the Super Nintendo.
Oh, you know what? Actually, did you ever play Hercules on the PS1?
Yes.
Oh.
That was really good as well.
That was
That
really
was
good.
really good.
I didn't have a PS1, but I remember my friends playing it.
Hercules
Yeah.
PS1.
Yo, that was a really good fucking.
I think it was PS1, right?
Yeah.
That was a game.
Yeah.
That was a game.
That was
a game.
That was the most game of all time.
That was a game.
I wonder if it was a good game because I remember it as a child being really good, and I don't know if my childhood memory is warped.
I
or
think
not.
so. It was like a really cool stylistic game.
You should probably replay it because
No.
I felt the same way about Madagascar until I replayed it.
No, I'm sure it was a banger of a game. Let me Google the critical consensus.
Didn't Jontron
Tarzan. I played Tarzan.
didn't
That
play
was
that.
that was good.
Didn't Jontron make a video about the Hercules game?
Maybe.
I think so. I remember I saw that video. I was like, that looks kind of shit. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's his rating? What's his rating?
9 out of 10.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Okay.
Dude, I remember
Okay.
it was a good game.
Is that
It was
an
hard.
IGN review?
Yeah.
Or?
Steam, it's 9 out of 10. Didn't know it was on Steam. And then everywhere else, like 4.5, 4,
Oh, okay.
5. Bro,
Yeah.
I remember this game was good.
Yeah?
Like, I remember it was
But like,
really hard.
I remember like Disney games I thought were actually pretty damn good. You know, movie time games for Disney, I think actually have a
What
pretty
other
good
games did they
track
do?
record.
Dude, I fucking love.
Look, they weren't fucking Ice Age, okay?
What can I say?
Like talking about Disney properties. I thought Hercules was one of my favorites, even though it's not really Disney.
I don't think I've ever seen Hercules.
Even though it's not Disney, it's Greek mythology. And
I know about Hercules just because I see it in Kingdom Hearts.
fuck off.
But I don't think I've ever actually sat down and watched Hercules.
It's a really good movie.
It's the little devil guy's Danny DeVito, right? Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that.
Dude, that game is good. That game is actually cracked.
Okay,
Any
the
good ones?
Toy Story game. Do you remember playing the Toy Story game?
I never played the Toy
Toy
Story.
Story
I thought
game.
that was
What was
You know
it
what
on?
game I played though? It was like the PlayStation game with skateboards, and there was Toy Story in it.
What? Tony Hawk?
No, not Tony Hawk. God damn.
Tony Hawk Toy Story
Was there a
Adventures?
mod where
This
they
is just like Dementia, the episode. What was that thing? That one thing we did when we were young.
Is it just Tony Hawk except he's just in a Woody costume?
I swear there was a Toy Story.
No,
there
it was a Disney. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, Toy Story 2 on PS1. That was a fucking good game. That was a good game.
Disney's Extreme Skate Adventure.
That is not a real game. Show me proof that is a real game. That does
I'm
not
gonna
sound
show
like
you
a
right
real
now.
game.
This is the game I played.
Oh my god,
I played the shit out of this.
bro! Tarzan on a
But
skateboard
not
is the
full
weirdest
game.
thing ever.
I played the demo disc I got
Oh.
for like 100 fucking hours. It must have. I didn't even know where to buy it.
Oh my god, I want to play that now.
Yeah, fucking Toy Story 2 on Nintendo 64 and PlayStation. Banger game. Because you play as
Really?
Buzz. Remember that first scene in like Toy Story 2 where it's just like Buzz Lightyear
The elevator
tearing
scene?
Yeah. Where it's just like Buzz Lightyear tearing shit up.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's basically just a Buzz Lightyear game. It's just like you basically get to play
That's
that
pretty
version
cool.
of Buzz Lightyear. And I'm
That's
just
pretty
like, that banger game.
Are we-
Banger
are
game.
we-
Not as
Including-
good as Disney's Extreme Adventure. Extreme Skate Adventure.
Okay, with movie tie games, are we including the Star Wars games?
I mean, you have to.
Well, some of the Star Wars games were alright.
Some of them are good.
Yeah.
What was the one that
Not the
really
movie
did?
tie games though.
No, all the independent.
No, all the
Yeah,
independent ones,
I mean,
yeah.
one of my favorite games of all time is like Knights of the Old Republic. That's just
really popular.
That's
Yeah,
just a
that's a
really,
great
really
game.
good fucking game. What was that game on the PS1 that was just like the Jedi game? It literally, you just Jedi. Jedi.
Pod racing.
No.
That was fun.
That was good.
That on Xbox, that was fun.
The one where it's literally like it's kind of like a side scroller and it's co-op and fuck. I'm googling this now.
clue, yeah.
The Lego games were insane as well.
Lego games were fun.
The Lego Star Wars games were like nutty. The trilogy one that everyone had on PS2.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Oh my
This
God,
Is,
you're like-
this is such a. If you're not around our age, this is such a. Like, what are you talking about?
That's all right.
man?
They're related during the TikTok segment.
All right,
It's fine.
you get one for you, one
Yeah,
for me.
time for the boomers now.
Oh,
Jedi Power Battles.
Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles. That was so actually that was really fucking good.
Was it?
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Wait, can I see a picture of this?
Yeah. This seems like such a Connor game. You must have played this.
I saw this, but I never
That
played
looks familiar.
Yeah.
Because PS1 games for me
Yeah.
were whatever my brother had.
Right.
Because I wasn't old enough to make decisions of any kind. So it was whatever my brother had, and then I would
Oh
play
my
the
god!
shit out of it.
I remember you just reminded me about the pod racing game on Xbox. My dad was addicted to that game, and
It
I
was a
think
good
I
game.
think that's what made me fall in love with like Episode 1. Well, we're
Yeah.
going all the way back.
Dude,
now.
pod
Holy
racing.
shit.
Okay,
The links have been connected.
I do not give a fuck what anyone says. Pod racing is badass.
Pod racing is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's such a good scene. And the game is amazing as well. It's like Burnout, but with it's like fucking F-Zero and Burnout, but with pod racing.
Honestly, it's yeah. You kind of
Yeah.
said it right. It's
Yeah.
I don't know why that was so hated.
Yeah.
Was it Jar
It's
Jar
'cause-
Binks? Was Jar Jar
No.
Binks that bad?
I think it's because Anakin Skywalker in it is fucking annoying.
He's a little shit.
He's fucking annoying.
Also, I think it's like all the old heads who are like, you're not. Yeah, he's cute and whatever, but he does turn into Darth Vader. So
Now listen
fuck
here, you
him.
little shit.
Yeah, listen to you little shit. You're about to be evil, so fuck you.
There is something kind of annoying about like, fucking child actor, really? Okay.
All right, you think you're good?
There are some very good films with like child actors, like Jojo Rabbit. Did you watch that one?
That was the one directed by the guy who directed Thor.
Yeah,
Ragnarok.
it's the Hitler movie.
Yes, I know that one.
I
know
don't.
That one.
This sounds weird out of context.
Taika Waititi.
Yeah. It's oh my god, how do you explain the movie? It's like a
Let's
You'll
tread
have seen like promotion for this movie because it was like everyone was like, "What the fuck?"
What's it called?
Jojo Rabbit?
Jojo Rabbit.
It was really
Rabbit.
good. It's
Yeah,
actually
nothing
really
to
good
do
film.
with Jojo.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
unfortunately.
figured.
Yeah.
Jojo Rabbit. Oh, yes, I have seen this poster.
Yeah. See, everyone has seen this movie, but not everyone has watched
I've
it
never
they were
seen
like,
this
"That's
movie.
that's weird." It's a good movie.
Oh, yeah, that is
Yeah.
a Hitler movie.
As a kid actor in that is very good, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's the way that it's portrayed. I hate it when it's a kid movie and the kid is like the savior of the world, and I'm
like,
like,
like Home Alone.
is he really there in that? He's kind of
Well, he's the savior of his world.
the world, Joey.
The world,
I don't care about his world, bro.
Like, I will not take this Home Alone slander. Home Alone fucking slaps.
Yeah, Home Alone's a good movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Shame what happened to the actors. You know.
Have you watched Succession?
No.
Yes. Well, I think we've talked about this. Kind of.
Did
Why?
we fuck,
Yeah, we've
dude?
talked about it.
Why? What did you want
Just
to
because
say?
his brother is amazing in it.
His brothers?
Macaulay Culkin's?
Yeah, Kieran McCulkin, is it?
Oh, I did not know that
didn't
his brother
know.
was in that.
I didn't know he had a brother.
Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
Yeah, his brother's in Succession, and he's amazing in it. He's
Oh,
such
cool.
a good actor. His brother's really fucking
Who
good.
is he in Succession?
The little shit.
Oh.
He looks like Macaulay Culkin.
I didn't put that together. Shit. Okay.
What's his
okay.
name in it?
I don't remember.
He's the little shit. You know
This
how
is
I'm
okay.
talking
This is
Little
the
shit.
problem when I fucking binge watch shows.
No, yes, definitely.
Like-
I fucking forget everything.
Yeah.
I forget every character. I don't remember who is who. I just remember that Brian Cox is amazing and it's Brian Cox.
Yeah.
Like ever since like the binge watching culture took over, just like mainstream culture in general. Like you could be watching like fucking 10 out of 10 shows, but because you watch it in like 2 days, you're like, I don't remember anything about this. Like,
Yeah, okay. That's a good point, right?
Yeah.
Okay, also, finally, anime. We're going to talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Wow.
Okay.
finally.
All right.
So JoJo Part 5, right?
Yeah.
JoJo Part 5 aired weekly, and every week there was hype about the new JoJo episode.
Yeah.
JoJo Part 6 dropped half of it dropped all in one go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one spoke about it.
Yeah.
At all. There was like 1 week maybe where people were like, "Oh, this is sick," but then it just died down. No hype at all.
Yeah.
I don't even think it even like closely reached the hype.
No, not
of
even close.
Any previous JoJo's.
No.
Right? It was a bit sad because I was like, I remember when JoJo Part 6 got announced, I was like, can't wait for the new memes.
Yeah.
Come on, JoJo memes is always going to be a thing that will persist throughout the death of the universe.
And
I'm
there's
ready.
so many scenes in Part 6 that are just totally
Yeah.
meme worthy as well.
and then nothing.
And then nothing.
Yeah, we haven't had. There's no hype or anything. And when was it supposed to? I thought they said it was going to come out in December, the other part, but it didn't, right?
Yeah.
I think it's definitely got delayed a
Coming
long time though.
soon. Yeah. It should. I think it's coming next season.
I will say, watching the first half of JoJo Part 6, I was like, yeah, I get it why this is like not a fan favorite. I did feel a little weaker than the other parts.
Right.
I don't know if it's like JoJo fatigue or
Really,
what.
I really enjoyed it.
I really
Really?
enjoyed it. Yeah.
I just
That's
felt
my
like
favorite
it,
part.
I know it's your favorite part.
Yeah.
For me, it didn't hit the same highs as some of the other ones
Really?
yet. We've only had half of it, so maybe
I
that's
mean,
why.
to me, like JoJo Part 6, it hit the ground like way faster than JoJo Part 4.
Yeah.
Like,
I
to
agree.
me-
Oh, I agree totally.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was invested in Jolene and the setting like way faster than I was in the beginning of JoJo Part 4.
Maybe I should reserve my judgment until the second half comes out, and then I can.
I mean, the second half is fucking bonkers.
yeah,
as well.
that's why I'm kind of.
Yeah.
I just felt, okay, we didn't really get anything. We got like a few really good scenes, but a lot of them I was like, oh.
Yeah, but it feels bad because I feel like I remember when everyone praised Netflix for their binge watching culture. You know, they stuck it to the meta. They found a new way to release
Yeah.
shows, and then I think now it's just kind of like
People are like,
dated.
wait, actually, I think we had it right. Can we go
Yeah.
back?
Yeah, can we go back to weekly,
I actually
please?
kind of like talking about this with other people. You know,
Yeah.
I kind of miss that because I feel like there's so many shows now. Especially in anime, where if it's like stuck in a certain jail, whether it be Netflix jail or Disney jail, it's just a guaranteed way to kill off any hype this show will have.
You
right?
talking about Bleach?
I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about. Like, I could be. But no, like one of my favorite anime that's airing right now is Summertime Rendering, and that if you don't live in Japan, you can't watch it.
Yeah.
because it's on Disney Plus. but
Only in Japan.
oh yeah, only in Japan,
Yeah.
and I believe like some Southeast Asian countries, and it's like by far one of the best shows airing right now. And unfortunately, you just can't fucking watch it because it's. I think they're gonna drop it all at once, and I know when they do, no one's gonna fucking talk about it. No one's gonna talk about it. I mean, I
Yeah.
think like, do you think Squid Game was an outlier? Because it feels like that was the last time a show just dropped all at once and just like garnered
I
the
think
immense.
that's a case of it reached such a global hype
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
it didn't matter that it wasn't weekly. Like
Right.
it just reached to the point where it became pop culture, like immediately. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like when it gets to that point, it doesn't really matter because that's like another stratosphere.
Yeah.
like that's somewhere else.
I think actually for that it worked because I don't think Squid Game would have been as popular if it didn't air all at once.
Was Stranger Things weekly, or did
No.
they just drop
No,
it season
they
by
dropped
season?
it.
Stranger Things probably like another outlier as well, right?
Yeah, but even then, I don't think Stranger Things.
I mean, the
is
latest season
hit.
is hype as fuck, though.
Really?
Yeah,
I haven't seen anyone talking
Yeah, but no
about
one's
it.
really talking about it.
really?
Yeah.
It made
Yeah.
it's like one of the most. I think it's like one of Netflix's most profitable
But
series.
that's
right
the problem, right? Is
Yeah.
that it does really well on
Yeah.
Netflix,
Yeah.
but no one talks about it. Like
Yeah.
everyone's talking about like Better Call Saul and
Yeah.
all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
you know.
everyone's like chatting my ear off on Better Call Saul. That's the big hype show right
Because
now.
every week you go
Yeah.
back, you get ready, you watch
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
you
yeah.
think about it, and it's on your mind for 7 weeks.
Yeah.
Whereas you watch all the Stranger Things, and then after a week you're like, oh, what happened again?
Yeah,
exactly.
That's true. That's true.
Well, like I think because you let the chance for like the hype to build up.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
if
exactly.
it's like a well-known IP, because I think the reason it worked for Squid Game was because it all dropped at once, and I don't think people would have watched Squid Game if it aired weekly. Because like, why would you watch a random Korean drama that you'd never heard of before? And you'd never heard of these actors or director or whatever before. But I think it was just in such a unique position, you know, where it's just like, oh, there's this new Korean drama that's just dropped. It's fucking amazing, you know?
I watched Bank Heist Korea. That was really good as well.
what?
I think there's a bank heist, but I think it's from Brazil. I think it is originally from, or one of the. I think it's Portuguese. I could be wrong.
Right.
Can we get a fact check on that? Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So yeah, I watched it. It's really good. Just check it out. It's good.
What is it about?
A bank heist.
A bank heist?
In Korea.
Money heist.
That's it. That's it. Money heist Korea.
Money
Yeah,
heist.
Money Heist.
And yeah, it's really good actually.
Are you off the documentary meta? Because it's been a while since you've talked about a documentary.
A lot of them have been very underwhelming. I've watched a few.
I watched one recently.
Which one?
About Woodstock '99.
I watched that one.
Yeah, that one was awesome.
That was pretty good actually.
Yeah.
That one was pretty
It's
good.
such a shit show.
I like now I like it, right? If I see a documentary that's over 4 parts, I'm like, you better have something
Yeah.
very, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have no right to drag it out to like 10 hours. Like, there's just so many documentaries where they spend so much fucking time just interviewing people who have no fucking say. They're just like, yeah, I was scared that day too. Cuts. And it's just like, I don't care. Tell me what happened.
Yeah. I think that's why I've just not watched a lot of documentaries recently, just because.
So many shit ones.
Yeah, because I remember on the Japan trip, we all watched the Jimmy Savile documentary. 'Cause
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
that
yeah.
was the hype. That was the hype thing that came out.
What do you mean hype? Why are you saying it like that?
It's like, woo!
Well, it was hype. It was
well,
hype because Connor and Chris were just like, "Yo,
No, because
this
we, you know, Chris had been hyping it up a lot because
Yeah.
Chris, you know, is like very, very British. It's a very notable thing in British history.
yeah.
So we were like,
And I didn't know about it, so you guys were excited for me
Well,
to
'cause-
discover this fucking thing.
because there'd been no really documentaries about this dude.
Yeah.
If you want to know briefly, it's very disgusting. There was this very, 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 very famous British presenter who turned out to be a pedophile and was doing it for years, and everyone knew, and nobody did anything.
Yep.
And yeah, it turned into this whole thing, and no one would make a documentary about it because it's pretty much like a big shame point for
Yeah.
British
Yeah.
television. But yeah, there's a documentary coming out about it. There was 2 parts, and we thought, oh great, maybe it'll be like really condensed, it'll really talk
Yeah.
about it. It wasn't that good.
It wasn't.
And then like, here's the other thing. Before it came out, all the news journalists were like, it's too graphic to show. You can't show anything. It's disgusting. You can't play it on the air. It shouldn't air. And then you watch it, and it was honestly, it didn't really account any of the horrible stuff he did. It really just
I definitely because I remember I saw that and I was like, oh, I'm gonna expect to be like
Yeah.
sick afterwards, and I'm like, I finished and I was like, the
They
the
barely-
Epstein documentary was way worse.
they barely spoke about the horrible shit he did. They really glossed
Yeah.
over it, and were
Yeah.
like, it was like more about building him up. And then they glossed over the fact that he did, they mentioned it and they had some interviews from people, but
Yeah.
they really didn't mention much.
No.
And it was like, this guy was
It was
doing
like
this
it was
for
like the second half of the second episode.
Yeah. So that was kind of meh. And then there was this other one I watched, which was about like a power plant in New York that like malfunctioned, a nuclear one.
Yeah.
And it was just too long. It was so fucking long.
Yeah.
And there was no need for it to be as long as it was. And the reason why is because they just kept padding it out with interviews from people who just lived in the area. And it was like, okay, I understand. You got all these people. I do not need 9 residents interviews. That's just like, that's too many.
Yeah.
It's too many.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for me, I only really like documentaries nowadays if it's like one movie or something,
Yeah.
or just like a single.
The Woodstock
condensed
one's
movie.
good.
The Woodstock one was good because
Woodstock one is good. Yeah.
It's only 3 episodes and each one is themed and it's pretty freaking condensed.
Woodstock 97, right? Is that what it's
99.
called? 99, yeah, it's really good.
99.
Yeah, I think like one of my favorite documentaries of all time was one about some triplets.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
got,
that one's
like,
great. That one's great.
Like separated at birth.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
can't remember what it's called, but it's like it's a documentary where they present you this story of these triplets that got separated at birth, and then they, by complete chance, like reconnect with each other. Like I think what happens at the beginning is that one of the triplets goes into like a school that his brother went to, and everyone thought that he was his brother, and he was like, "What are you talking about? I don't have a brother. I've not been here." And so they meet and they reconnect, and then it was such big news that they got broadcasted on TV. And when they got broadcast on TV, if it was found that another brother saw his fucking mirrors on TV.
He's just like me for real.
And I'm just and then his mum and then obviously they contact the parents and they're like, I think there's another one. I think I'm your long lost
Another
twin.
one.
I think I'm your long lost twin. And it's such an incredible story because he sets up this really cool story, and then it goes deeper, and it's almost like Hollywood level of weird.
It's very good.
It's such a good story that this could be just a film, and if it was a film, people would be like, "This is too unrealistic."
I watched one came out recently. I think it's like Why I Shot My Dad.
Why I Shot My Dad.
Yeah, it's 3 episodes,
The title's self-explanatory.
2
isn't it?
hours. Yeah, and it's literally it's just why this
why-
guy killed his dad. Right. You should watch it. It's pretty interesting. It's one of the better jobs that I think Netflix has done with documentaries. It was pretty concise.
Like true crime documentary style.
Yeah.
or-
Yeah, it was like it was good. It was interesting. And I found that it like I don't want to spoil it. You should just watch it.
Well, what were you gonna say, Kai? Sorry.
I was just going to say that it's called 3 Identical Strangers.
Yeah, 3 Identical Strangers.
Three
Three
Identical
Identical Strangers.
Strangers.
Watch that. One of the best documentaries I've ever seen.
I watched the Our Father one. I've watched a lot. I just haven't talked
Our
about
Father?
Our Father, about the sperm doctor who was injecting his own sperm.
Oh yes,
Which
I
is
watched
just-
that.
it's
one.
just fucking gross.
Yo, what?
Yeah,
And he had
yeah.
like
I
50
saw that
kids,
one.
and they all found each other eventually, and
Yeah.
started finding each other through and only started finding each other through like
DNA test.
23andMe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's really it's a disgusting documentary.
That one was way
yeah.
more disgusting than the Jimmy, the fucking
Yeah,
Jimmy Savile one.
It was an okay one. I thought it was okay. I thought it was, I don't know. It was weird for
Yeah.
me. I didn't really enjoy it that much.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I just feel like since the Tiger King hype died down, I feel like people. I remember people used
God, I
to.
completely forgot.
Yeah,
about
yeah,
Tiger
right. Because I remember that Tiger King dropped, and then everyone's like, "We got to watch every documentary."
I think that has set the bar almost too crazy.
Yeah.
Because crazy shit like that just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. So now, you'll hear, this guy killed 5 people and got away with it. And you're like, what? Or saying, wait, me something interesting happened.
Yeah.
It's like, this, what? This is some crazy shit.
Yeah.
I watched a bunch of ones. I watched, ones about, neighbors from hell. And that was shit. It was boring.
Is that a documentary, or is that just a fucking Gordon Ramsay?
Yeah. And it was all about neighbors who'd killed their neighbor or something. Yeah. Or
It just
someone
sounds like a
else.
YouTube series.
Yeah, and it was.
I think that's an actual TV series on ITV, except with no killing.
It is. Yeah. we know of.
that we know of.
There was another one where it was I forgot what it was called. Fuck, it was kind of good actually. It was one where this dude owned a hotel.
Yeah.
And he had built. He owned a motel in America.
Yeah.
And he had built in the roof. He had built walkways to each room. And then instead of actually having vents, they were fake vents, and he would watch what they were doing.
Oh,
And he was peeping on them.
that's creepy.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Is
And
it a good documentary?
Yeah, it's really fucking interesting.
Okay.
Because it's the guy who actually was doing it. It's a crime, by the way, what he was doing. But
Yeah, obviously.
the guy who actually did it now, because he'd stopped doing it about 20 years ago. The statute of limitations had passed
Right.
So you can't
fuck.
be charged for doing any of the stuff.
Oh shit.
And he had wrote down all these, all the things about, and it follows the main point is that a journalist is getting him to talk about it.
Yeah.
And so you're following it through kind of the journalist's eye. And this guy's a little unreliable with his stories, but he's doing it, and it's really interesting. And he talks about how he used to watch people have sex, and that's how he got off. The voyeur, that's it, because he was a voyeur, and he used to get off to people.
voyeur.
He used to get off to people having sex. And so he would.
That
have people-
actually sounds like a hentai name.
The voyeur.
I can actually see that being like a hentai name.
Honestly, if you wanna
the
watch
voyeur,
it-
mother knows breast, and the voyeur.
Honestly, it's a really interesting watch because it's
Right.
like, it's rare you get to see people who do fucked up shit like this openly talk about it.
Yeah.
It's gross though, but it is interesting. I was one of the more interesting ones I found.
I don't know why. Am I just a normie for thinking that my favorite documentaries are just like the nature documentaries?
No. That's
no.
a different category in my mind.
Right.
Like I feel like people and animals are different
Yeah,
subjects.
because there's this nature documentary that I saw and I forgot the name of it, but they used this like it was like the first of its kind. I don't know if it actually is. That's what they said in the show. But they used this like new camera technology where they could shoot things in the dark and they could pump up the exposure to the point where it
said,
looks bright.
Fuck, that was must have been on what's the BBC one?
Was it
The
on
world,
BBC?
The Earth,
The
Blue Earth.
It's the David Attenborough one.
Yeah,
Right?
I don't
it's all
think
Planet
it's-
Earth. Planet Earth.
Is it Planet Earth?
They had the scenes where the scorpions were fighting like the bats in the sand.
Yeah.
No, there was another one where it was just about these like special night vision cameras. It's a recent.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
Yeah.
Planet Earth had the night vision one.
Yeah,
where the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
scorpions
Oh, yeah.
Were in the sand, and that was fucking.
Yeah, like
awesome.
where it's like
Yeah.
infrared, right? And you
So-
can like see
yeah,
them. Yeah,
so
yeah. Those
good.
are like no, it's not infrared.
No,
it's like,
it was black and white.
Oh no, it wasn't even black and white. Like these are cameras where like if you didn't know that this was shot at night, you would think it was shot during the day.
Ah.
Like it's like so bright, and it's this new type of like infrared camera technology where
Right.
everything just becomes clear. So they get these like amazing shots of all of these like nocturnal wildlife that are just like in the African savannah, pitch black, but through the camera you can see it like it's daytime.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah,
That's
and it looks
awesome.
really fucking cool. I wish I could remember the
Yeah, I
name.
mean,
We
like-
are like the worst recommenders of stuff.
It's a show about that
we're like
thing.
this
I
is
don't
the
fucking
show. I don't fucking know the name.
Let me
Good
It's,
luck finding it.
I think one of my favorite shots in just all of documentaries in like Planet Earth 2 or something.
Yeah.
Where,
Such a good show.
Huh?
Such a good
That-
show.
that is
It's
a good
so
show.
fucking good, but there's even with the amazing shots that they got in that. Do you remember the one scene where there's this lizard and then it gets surrounded by a bunch of snakes, and it's a fucking heist movie or some shit, right? Where the lizard has lizard fucking legs it.
Yes, and he climbs up the
Oh,
rock.
Yeah, the
yeah,
lizard
yeah.
You've seen
fucking
this,
legs
you've
it,
seen this,
yeah.
and then all the snakes like start to like gather around him, and then like he's fucking dodging things left and right, like he's a fucking rugby player or
Yeah,
some shit.
this was a big meme back in the day.
Yeah.
When it aired, this was a big meme.
Yeah, and then like one of the snakes like got a hold of him. You're like, fuck, man.
It's called
Story over.
Okay, I remember. It's called Night on Earth.
Night on Earth. Yeah.
Yeah. But like some of these scenes, like look at that. Like that doesn't look
Damn.
like it's at night.
Okay.
It's like actually bright.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
really cool. It's on Netflix. Check it out.
Yeah. Check it out.
Watch
Check
Planet,
it.
watch
Yeah.
Planet Earth.
Damn,
Planet Earth is also amazing.
That must be like one of the like. Imagine being the cameraman and just getting this shot and just being like, "Fuck."
I don't
man.
want to
Yeah.
know
We've got
how
a
long-
banger.
I don't want to know how long it took them to
God,
get this.
yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
Like
Like-
the shots of like the time lapse of like the plants growing and shit.
The Planet Earth shots, some of them I'm like, how?
Yeah.
How did
Yeah.
you do this?
Yeah. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's incredible. Those are the real G's because like they must be out there for like fucking months, man.
Oh yeah. Just to get one shot.
Just get one fucking shot.
Yeah.
And be like, yeah, I've been drawing Planet Earth in like one day. It was alright. It was alright. Just like,
Yeah, I'm sure there are situations where they get the shot day one.
Yeah.
Other times where they spent months trying to
Yeah.
get the shot.
yeah.
or where they never
It's
get
like,
the
like
shot.
it's like a Dude Perfect video.
I remember growing up though, like some of my favorite things to watch on like late night TV. I don't know how it was like in the UK, but in Australia, like after around like 11 p.m., 12 a.m., it would just be like either really, really quiet nature documentaries that would just go on for way too
Oh,
fucking long.
Nothing played after 12.
Oh, really?
Not most. Maybe one or two was the cutoff, right? Where just
Yeah.
nothing started playing.
Yeah.
Oh, really? It would either be for us. It would either be maybe it was just like the Australian free to air TV, but it was either nature documentaries or it was like old black and white European films
Huh.
that had English subtitles on it.
You know, a lot of the TV networks in the UK after midnight would just turn into like
Static.
casinos.
What?
Yeah.
You remember this?
I remember it was, I don't know if I'm completely making this up, but was there a point where it just turned into teletext for a while?
Yeah. It was like
What's teletext?
It's just, I don't even, how do you even describe teletext? It's kind of like a catalog of shit, I guess.
Like
they used to turn into these like
like
it's-
TV shopping or?
Not even. It's like, it would display a bunch of information, and I don't even know.
So it's just like pop-ups?
Like I can't remember which networks did it, but they would literally turn into like text now, and you could text like £10 to put on black, and they would spin over that wheel. I'm not kidding.
What?
Yeah, they would do this.
Yeah,
like, all night.
this is teletext, right?
Can I see?
That looks scary.
Can I see?
Yeah, teletext. This.
Oh yeah. That was
Yeah.
on BBC.
That was on BBC.
That looks
where it
terrifying.
would just like display the news or some shit like that. It looks.
That looks like a really shit Commodore 64 game.
It does, doesn't it?
I can't remember. Yeah, a lot of them did it, or you could just, a lot of them
Yeah.
was there was like buying channels, like
Oh.
stuff where you can
Yeah.
buy stuff.
Yeah, no, we had stuff like that as well, but yeah.
Generally, after like 3, nothing would play until 6.
Yeah, well,
Really?
I feel like Australia would have got a lot of nature documentaries because, I mean, Australia is one big nature documentary.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't a nature documentary. Maybe it was just some guy live streaming like a camera outside of his room. It was like,
Got a
oh,
little
yeah.
Joey here.
It was like, oh fuck, what's that? Oh, never mind. Yeah, no. We used to have. I remember specifically on SBS, which is Channel 3. We used to have after like 11. They would just for up until maybe about 5-6 a.m. They would just play all of these really old like 40s and 50s European films that were like spoken in like Italian and Spanish and German and stuff like that with English subtitles, and they would just keep playing those.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I'm like, but like it was always, you would flick on the TV and you would just be in the middle of this random movie, and you're just like, I don't know what the fuck is happening.
I love watching movies on TV because it turns Lord of the Rings into like 3 hours into 5 because all the fucking ads.
Well,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
no,
that's
with that TV station, it was no ads on it.
No one was buying this.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't even like because when I was in Australia, even when I was staying in Australia, I swear they played a nature documentary when I was just staying at my cousin's house, and now that you're saying that, I'm like, how much of Australian TV was just nature documentaries?
Dude, Australians love nature documentaries.
There was this like when I was staying in Australia, it was the weirdest fucking nature documentary as well, right?
Why?
Let me describe this nature documentary that I saw.
I bet it's not going to be weird.
Huh?
I bet it's not going to be that weird.
No, because it's just such a niche topic, right?
Okay.
Let me say it's what it is. It was like a symphony. So it started off like with going to like a band, and they were like playing some classical music, and it was a symphony about rivers. And
Oh, he's trying to make one.
and it wasn't just because I saw it. I saw like because I was flicking through channels and I was looking at the description of this.
What do
and
you
it
mean
was-
symphony for rivers?
I have no fucking clue.
Like music?
Yeah, so it was like music, right? And it was just like the description was like, here's a documentary that is about how rivers have basically shaped humanity, the history of like the human race and stuff.
Okay.
And I was like, cool, I get to learn about river civilizations and all that stuff. But it was just like
Mesopotamia and
yeah,
shit
yeah,
like
yeah,
that?
None of that shit. All right. It was basically a music video with rivers in it. And I was like, what is this? I don't
Really?
understand this.
Wait, so there's no narration?
There's like the most bare bones basic narration where it was just like one epic voice being like, rivers have been around since the beginning of humanity. And then it's just like,
Question.
yeah.
Were the rivers good?
I mean, they were good rivers.
Were the shots epic?
No, the shots, the cinematography was out of this fucking world. But man, it was that was it. It felt like someone was just like, damn, I got some pretty cool fucking drone shots. No idea what the fuck to do with it.
They're leftover drone shots from nature documentaries. And they're just like, let's just put a fucking symphony behind it. Yeah.
What was the most hype river?
What was the most hype river? Oh, I don't know. Because
Ganges?
They didn't even say the name of the rivers. It was just random shots
Oh.
of different rivers.
Just rivers from all over the world.
River
Just to show you how cool the rivers are.
River Documentary Symphony. I need to find the name
I
of
need to
this.
see this.
Is it just called Rivers?
Sounds like a movie title.
Rivers.
Oh yeah, here we go. River, Dolphwood, Dog Wolf documentary, a cinematic and musical odyssey that explores the remarkable relationship between humans and rivers. This is it. This is the exact fucking thing.
Wait, Dog Wolf sounds really familiar. I feel like they did something really famous.
Yeah, it's on the Australian Chamber Orchestra channel.
That's a thing?
Yeah, I guess so.
How do you not know this? This is your culture.
I don't fucking know.
I'd know if we had an orchestra channel.
Dog Wolf are founded. They're a London company,
Are
actually.
they actually a London company?
Dog
or-
Wolf is a film distribution company based in the United Kingdom.
Don't blame us.
That's you guys making
You're
it.
the one who fucking took the rivers and aired it on TV.
Man, you never know. Rivers might be epic.
Joey's like, actually, no, hold on. Rivers have a point.
Yeah, rivers are epic.
No,
dude.
rivers are cool.
We have a
Rivers are
lot
cool.
of beautiful rivers in Australia.
This is the most we've ever said river on the podcast.
River Phoenix.
Rivers were like the original meta in like ancient
original
civilizations.
what?
There's the see,
The river meta.
I mean, I find it pretty interesting how, you had different sects of humanity spread out all over the world, and somehow, without them ever interacting with each other, everyone figured out, oh, you got to build civilization next to rivers. That was just like everyone figured out the same thing. That was just the meta. It's the only meta.
It can't be a meta if it can't spread.
They have no other choice.
That's the point, though.
That's not a meta.
What's the other meta?
That's survival.
Die.
That's
Yeah.
survival.
the death meta.
You literally just described surviving. It's not a meta, Gone. They didn't choose to. Oh, funny river. We all decided.
We don't remember the Mesopotamians because they started the river meta. Like that was just like basic human
Everyone
instinct.
just lived near the river.
It's just interesting that throughout all of human history, no one's ever figured out another way to be able to like survive. It just like
We have now.
well, we have now, but not in like ancient history.
It's not even that ancient.
I mean, it's pretty ancient.
It's pretty ancient, to
Yeah,
be fair.
When do you decide ancient history starts?
Neanderthals?
Well, I mean,
I think it starts during the first civilizations.
Like the
listen, they were going to build.
Bro, the Neanderthals invented the fire
Listen,
meta.
listen, you ever played like Minecraft? It's like you want to live near where everything is. That's just
Yeah.
how it is.
Yeah.
It's not a meta. It's just what you do. There's no meta. What do you mean meta? Not everything's a meta.
It's a meta.
It's not a meta.
It's a meta because it's the most effective tactic available, and the other tactic is dying or not having a civilization to begin with.
meta implies that one day there was like a Mesopotamian who was like, I figured it out.
But
check this shit out, boys.
But there
walks to a river, and then everyone's like, "Oh my god!"
But then this is what
I
happens.
want to Google the definition of
A meta?
Yeah.
It's most effective tactic available.
No,
that's
no.
literally in gaming. That's literally what it's called.
Oh, so you're deciding the meaning of the word.
How am I more of a gamer than you are?
Let me decide.
I actually didn't know that. I was just like, "Oh, it's
The
cool."
one time I get to be more of a gamer than Connor.
I was just like, "Oh, that's a cool word." It's like
Referring to itself or to the conventions of its genre.
No, that's a different type of meta. That's
What are you
like
fucking talking about?
we're talking about M.E.T.A.
yeah, like a game meta.
Wait, say that again?
M.E.T.A. Like the abbreviated form
Yeah.
of meta.
What's the abbreviation stand for?
What did he just say?
Yeah, most effective tactic available. I know this. I've watched enough League videos to know that this is a thing. Okay, I'm not making shit up.
No, I believe. Fuck you. That must have come after the word meta was already being used for that, and someone just decided let's add a meaning. What's the word called when you add each letter has a meaning? What's it called again?
Abbreviation?
Abbreviation?
I literally just said it. I'm
Yeah.
fucked.
No, I'm saying the word meta has
The
existed.
word meta existed and was that before, and then that abbreviation was just tacked on after.
Yeah, no, that's
yeah,
what
obviously.
happened. Yeah, but I'm
Then why are you implying that? No, because it says this thing, so it must be.
I just said the river meta as in just referring to it as
I'm
like
sorry, God. I didn't realize you were talking about the M.E.T.A. Oh, how about I supposed to know?
it literally doesn't even make sense if I like use the other meaning. It literally doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense with the gaming meaning either.
Yeah, it does. The most effective tactic available.
What's the league meta? What's the current league
It's not
meta?
a tactic. It's not a tactic. What are you talking about? It's not a tactic.
What's the current Overwatch meta? People say that all the time. You're
That's
a
a
gamer.
game.
Yeah.
That's not survival.
But literally everyone on fucking Twitch uses it for everything now. Oh my god.
Yeah, but
Can't apply.
okay, to be fair, just because people on Twitch are saying it,
This is
it doesn't mean
mind-numbing.
it applies to history.
I'm not saying that.
Like, you're not gonna say like, oh man, when Caesar was about
man,
to
the
get
smoking-
killed, he was real monk-esque. Like, he wasn't.
The smoking meta in the 1930s was wild, dude. Let me tell you about that. That was a peak smoking meta, dude. Everyone was smoking. Like, what are you talking about?
that wasn't a meta. That wasn't what I'm saying.
Bro, that's like calling it the fucking the copium, the Great Sag Depression. Like that's like what are you talking about?
They conquered the Chinese through the the great Sag.
Like you're adding a word to it. Like what the fuck are you talking about?
The great Sag. I'm just gonna call it from that.
Like
That's okay, don't tell me that's
that doesn't make any fucking sense.
It doesn't make any sense, but it makes it funny.
the great Sag.
Great Sag.
Dude, in the
Let's
30s,
just rename
the
every
stockbrokers were like, damn, Sag.
Let's just rename every historical event with just fucking
With Twitch
stupid
memes.
modern words. You know?
Like the swinging 60s is just the cat jams. The cat jam.
Cat Jam 60s.
The cat jam decade. Twitch has rotted my mind.
Oh
okay?
my fucking
but
God.
that doesn't discount the point
No,
I
it
was
does
trying to
discount.
make.
It does discount.
It doesn't
It completely discounts what we're trying to make.
Look.
There's a reason why everyone did it. It's not because they all.
Look, I'm sure when the Mesopotamians figured out let's live near a river, I'm sure
Why are
there's
you
a
obsessed with
term
the Mesopotamians?
because
huh?
they were the ones that like started it.
You don't know that.
Yeah, we do. We literally know from
Who
research.
told you that, huh? Tell me.
Mesopotamia literally means
I'm just-
living near a river.
I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's a historical term for it, but we don't know that historical term, so we just allude to that by just saying river meta.
Listen, we're the same guys who just started talking about Disney Extreme Skate Adventure. I don't think we have any place to be deciding what should be called what.
Like you're saying this like everyone would have everyone
They did.
It's obvious. It was obvious. Well, it wasn't obvious
No,
for
it
the
wasn't
people
obvious.
then.
They had no choice.
Yeah.
They died. If they literally died.
It's like saying,
So it's the most of a
So that's-
tactic of
no, it's not a tactic. It's not a tactic. That would imply
It's a
that there was
survival
choice.
tactic.
It's like, okay, why did people not just use fire immediately? Why did humans not just like invent fire immediately? It was because people didn't know that shit. I just found it interesting that everyone figured this out by themselves individually. I think that's pretty fucking interesting.
Is this human evolution, right?
View human evolution. It was just all harmonious, same time. Everyone did the same thing.
Dude, evolution is just a fancy way of saying the new meta.
No, it's not.
we
Actually-
evolved.
Actually.
We evolved to create the new meta.
Actually, you're kind of right.
Am I not wrong?
Fucking kind of right. You're
It
right.
is. It's like
You're actually right.
Darwin didn't die for this.
it was like we evolved because we found the new meta.
Is that like in his notes? He was like, "Well, yes." So the seagulls discovered the new meta of having
Yeah.
a longer beak.
Yeah.
No.
Because the seagull one day was just like, what if I just had a longer beak? And then all the other seagulls are like, oh fuck, he's figured out the meta. We should follow along, otherwise we're gonna die.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna entertain this anymore. I'm not gonna. There's no point even. Why am I even debating this? This is stupid. I shouldn't debate this.
Oh my god.
Ancient history is interesting. I don't know.
No, it is. It is.
Yeah.
But it's not a meta.
It all started from a Rivers documentary.
It's also a river symphony.
Yeah, I need to see this.
Yeah.
That might not be the meta, but what is the meta is subscribing to the Trash Taste Patreon.
That is indeed
I
the
could
meta.
see you just like your face in pain as you said that sentence.
The-
You're like, the
trash taste.
The meta is the
Hope you
trash
guys
taste
enjoyed
Patreon.
this episode, meta episode about meta.
Hey, if
and
you'd like to join in on the
that.
current Trash Taste meta, then head on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/trashtaste. Also follow us on Twitter, Sinister Memes on the subreddit. If you had a face, listen to us on Spotify. And yeah, I hate
Yeah.
now. I learned something new. I learned that meta was short for something.
Yeah, I will use meta in the different term. I really love meta media. That's yeah.
All right, goodbye, guys.
Different.
Goodbye. Bye.
Bye.